out in two teams that make us believe, make the fans believe, and come up so close, yet so short. We'll have to see who's going to be able to step up today, cross that mental hurdle, and continue their run. Starting on Pearl, where last we saw Cloud9, they had Demon 1 playing Chamber, who was just torching the teams they went up against, Leviathan, and then against Envy in that crazy 2018 game where he dropped 1 million kills. So Oxy now filling those shoes.
Now, 100 Thieves were successful on this map against Loud. Pretty one-sided affair already, though. 100 Thieves in this pistol are deep onto that A side. Expect no different from this comp with that high mobility. Now they're down to a 2v2. Fragment going to force Zelsis out of the action. This is two of the only teams in Americas that like to play KO on this map.
Look at this flank coming through from Oxy. Obviously that trip is down. Cryo not alive. So you can see that Bang has to tend to this angle. Oh, that timing is sick.
Brutal. Oh, he's Astral as well. He had his head turned in that direction, but not able to recover. And there's Oxy. I'm sure, keenly aware of the fact that, you know, Demon 1 instead put on a great performance, especially on this map. He returns to the roost knowing he's got to continue to deliver that high level of play.
I think it's cool as well that it gets Penny in a position to just focus on playing Duelist. Here, 100 Thieves in a fair attempt on this site exec, but that's a nice little kill from Zelsis, actually. That little peek at the end, even things up.
Of course! Yes, sir! Start with some energy.
Yep, Zelsis doing what he does, bringing energy to a team that I feel like these are the situations deep in the bracket where you need a guy like that who is going to have the unwavering confidence. I think at times C9 were lacking that in situations like this previous years. Maybe he'll be the recipe, just bringing in an old friend that really developed as a player with his time on Sentinels.
I think have just realized that Cloud9 aren't all that invested into A main, but they did leave Oxy there with an Outlaw. So Timo ends up walking up into the line now. They'll try and flood in. Zelsis will be waiting through the middle part of the map. That's Cryo negated. Oxy finds a second before folding back here on 100 Thieves. Really have very little to show on this anti-eco.
Yeah, not a thing. That was clean and easy for Cloud9, but obviously if you're 100 Thieves, you can't invest a thing on these round twos anymore because the Outlaw is so prominent. You need to be able to get all of those heavy armors. Looking at the ult situation, nothing too crazy at the moment. Maybe Zelsis is getting close, Austin getting close, the two dueling KOs.
I do think for those fast hits, especially if you can get that A-main control, Null Command is going to be pretty impactful when it comes up.
And in terms of A-main, looks like we might have an early clash there, depending on how aggro C9 want to play this. No, they're just going to give it up after they're swamped by some early util.
100 Thieves do invest a flash there, just in case. Like the previous round, Oxy was posted.
You can see the rotations now from C9, heavily focused on A, with Oxy pushed up on B, and they have that trip over at the B-side link, so...
No way!
Wow, down to 10 HP, but Cryo able to do that. And you can see the Tejo now rotating back towards B. Zeppa's on the move, and 100 Thieves might have a good opportunity now to get into this A site, but spread around the map. 1 minute to play with, no need to overcommit right now.
Yeah, Timo just probing there at A main. It never looked like a full commitment from 100 Thieves was in the works. Heavy armor really paying off for Cryo, still on the field and still now angling himself over towards this B side of the map. They know, of course, that they've got this chamber util dealt with, and Zeppa doesn't quite know where to put himself on B. He's the only player here and is concerned about maybe a rotate through mid.
Yeah, Vora does love to call on attack, show Timo in main, and then rotate back quickly to the other side of the map for a really big exec. You know, sometimes if they have the lurker there like Cryo, and oftentimes they won't even have him there. It's just...
And they've left this very late in the round, but it has paid off. Zeppa ended up drifting back over to the majority of the Cloud9 players, and so 100 Thieves get to dig themselves in with 2 players back towards halls, I'd imagine, and even that mid presence. Keep your eyes on Bang here.
This is going to be difficult for C9, man down, but they do have a fair amount of utility to work with. That full kit on Zelsis, Penny with a ton of util, Zeppa with a lot of util. Missile's going to ring out back halls, try and nullify that angle so they can get some space and fight. Great entry from Zeppa.
Ooh, Cryo not very healthy at 10, but still able to find yet another one in this round. It's wild how easily Timo was handled there. Bulldog kill of all things. Now, though, those longer range weapons playing towards B-Long itself. Going to make it pretty hard to get to grips with this spike, and Vic kind of knows it. He's perched up looking for exits at this point, especially with his Astra util in the post plant. Nothing to be done here. Vic has to let this bonus go, and 100 Thieves emerge with 2 rifles.
Yeah, a little bit of damage done, but that's nice from 100 Thieves. They lose a couple players close. I like C9 on the re-entry there. They got a lot of value from the Initiator utility to fight back hauls, but ultimately 100 Thieves just have great stall utility. You saw the Molly first being thrown by Asna into just having the stars on the spike. Makes things very simple here in this post plant.
Nice, boys. Let's go. Beautiful.
Cryo finding that second kill at 10 HP makes it very hard for C9 to push up long.
Now early on, Oxy wants to get that AWP in his hands, sacrificing armor to have a glass cannon. Early a fight, but Penny is punished.
Yeah. Penny out of the game now. Zeppa trying to push up in his stead. Gravwell active. Zeppa's going to have to be satisfied with that, and it's enough to stave 100 Thieves away from this A main direction. And in terms of the rest of the map, they don't have a ton of purchase yet.
Vic is just jiggling right now off of that trip that is broken. That was really nice from Zeppa over in A main, able to find that trade. The Gravwell was well placed for him. So what is the move here from 100 Thieves? Looks like they want to pivot into this A split, and I like the maneuver from C9. They're trying to get space by fighting into A main. What can Vora do here? Will he just simply be caught?
This is really important positioning from Vora. Cloud9 can set up a pinch on the site with their rotators playing from Secret and Flowers, but that requires Zelsis to win the fight here. Flash around the corner. Able to find Vora. He was completely blind to it.
That's a great little double swing from C9, but Asuna just spams through. And now Zeppa in a bit more of an uncomfortable situation. He's really going to need his teammates to be able to provide some noise, some cover for him to get something done. But 100 Thieves making the correct decision, pathing backside, flipping the map, and planting for Secret.
Zeppa now realizing he isn't going to get pushed onto by the remainders of these 100 Thieves players.
Yeah, because of that plan, they've basically made this Zeppa position worthless. It's no longer a flank. It's not a backstab. Everyone coming from the front for C9.
No command timing from Arsenal. They want to get in and shut down any of this. Retake util. Around the corner, little lob there of that fragment, but it's going to be Zeppa finding his 3rd of the round. Cloud9 up on the spike here, of course. Gravwell would have made it an issue. It's up to Bang. Time is short. Time of the essence. And it's not on the side of C9. Tail between the legs, Oxy walks off.
I think Oxy died because he went for that last shot, trying to kill Bang as well, so the AWP is gone. I think if he didn't go for that, he would have narrowly escaped.
You're right. He does not have it to hand. Insult to injury. I'm sure he gets an ult orb.
100 Thieves there really playing the map well. Flipping it here, and again, with Asna and Bang alive, much like that round we just saw on B, they have a lot of stall coming through for the post plant. First it's that Molly, and yeah, even though C9 were getting the kills towards Secret, Bang is just relaxed over in Flowers at the same time, has the Gravwell ready to go. Bonus round, where they drew everybody away from that B site, and they were able to get it for free completely.
100 Thieves working the map extremely well on this attack site. This early fight in A main always seems to be kind of pivotal, though. We saw the 0 point thrown in there. Suppression enough to give C9 a foothold. Oh, wow. That is a big one. Oxy pushing up out of mid for this.
A real chance there for Oxy. I mean, kind of a classic chamber spot. You have the TP back towards the connector, but Timo's just way too fast. A really stunning entry player for this team.
I feel like it's hard enough to beat 100 Thieves in these rounds, even if you get the first pick, given the way they work the map. Now, 100 Thieves are ahead. The plant's been delayed, of course, by the guided salvo. Zeppa makes sure of that, but there's only a couple classics and stingers in the mix for the defenders.
Yeah, this one should be good as done. I mean, 100 Thieves just playing the long angles with the rifles, and there shouldn't really be a hope in the world for C9 at this point. I mean, I think they're questioning if they even want to go for this or just die to spike at this point. See if someone from 100 Thieves over pushes, but that's not going to happen. Yeah. They're just going to play the long. Well, actually, I say that, but 100 Thieves are going forward, so maybe some guns will be lost here.
0 point there. Quite illuminating.
These guys want to get their ults. They're both one orb away, Cryo and Timo, so
dangerous.
They don't care if they live or die right now.
All right, flashes out here. Cryo's going to find his second. Ends up being a 2-for-2 trade, but again, extra ult orbs to 100 Thieves, and C9 will make sure they perish to the spike. That was after a C9 timeout, but we're likely to see the fruits of that sidebar in this round.
100 Thieves' economy is definitely not out of control, but they feel like it was worth it enough to have the evolution and the convergent paths coming into this round. And I can't blame them, because as you just mentioned, this is the C9 out of timeout buy round where they have significant ults of their own, so 100 Thieves really want to have every tool available to them. Looks like they want to just go for a fast B play here. Convergent paths onto the site, or Nightfall, maybe even combo them, or try to save one for the post plant. We'll see.
They've got to be mindful, of course, that null command is up, but for the defenders, it's a bit awkward. Xel'Sys has to be reactive with its use.
Now that deep flash and haunt will get 100 Thieves a very free walk up on the pillar.
Okay, Convergent Path also going to be committed to this fight. Timotino gets into Hall. Xel'Sys playing him in the smokes for the time being, but he is suppressed. He was noted earlier. Timo probing for him. Not able to find him through the smokes, and so Xel'Sys gets out of the sight.
Both Convergent Paths and Nightfall used right now. Cryo is able to capitalize and get one kill. The push off the Prowler.
That's too good, man. Zeppa, you're going to have to do more to get the better of him in that situation. Or even though in numbers. Null command active, Xel'Sys preparing for a retake.
Look at this crossfire, though. Bang ready to swing from Lankenfor up close.
Oh, the flash was huge. Penny couldn't see the wood for the trees. And now it's on Xel'Sys, 55 health. Not a breath in his lungs. Big round for 100 Thieves to win. A swing round in this first half.
So much proactivity from them after getting the spike down, despite having used all of their ultimates just to get into the site. I like that fight towards Link. It's timed with Bang, who was the lone man going through mid-late. And 100 Thieves here definitely gave more than enough of a distraction for him to just get that free backstab kill. And at that point, you can just see on the mini-map that C9 have an insane challenge ahead of them because they're walking into like a triple crossfire setup, basically. C9 still enough for a buy here with Oxy having the ultimate available. Penny as well just has a judge, so this is still super winnable for them.
But this is going to be quite telling because Cloud9 have got no interest in fighting for main this round. There's no presence, not even a single player. So how does this inform the rest of this 100 Thieves round? Because they've got this pretty important piece of real estate essentially for free, but are they thinking about the push-up of Art or another chamber push-up Link?
Well, that drone will confirm to C9 that the space they had no interest in has been taken for free. Now, does Cryo want to activate earlier in mid or really bide his time for 100 Thieves execute? It seems like that's going to be the plan. Maybe Bang going to send out the wall during this execute, Cosmic Divide to come down. Ooh, I like that flash over top into the Prowler. Timo is right in there.
He's ahead of so much of this Astra utility as well, White. He's found himself a pocket to play through.
C9 have vacated this site. Look at how layered these executes are from 100 Thieves.
Yeah, the Haunt just cleared Secret. So Timo knows full well that there's no one over towards that dugout direction. And I mean, Xel'Sys doesn't see a whole lot. Here's the Tour de Force though getting involved. Oxy's posted up on a pretty sharp line. And Zeppa yet again finds a clever kill. Falling back over towards this mid-direction now. He's going to have his hands full in a moment. 100 Thieves has slowed up. Zeppa low, Tour de Force. Oh, it's ugly stuff for Oxy. It's a little bit too close to the sun, and there is Bang. Always critical in these late round moments. Penny has it all to do. Jump peek, punish, Cryo is low. Penny can have this. But Cryo's not about that life. It's a 3-round gap opened up.
What a great setup from 100 Thieves. They get all of their players.
2 layers of like side hit utility there.
Yeah, and then after the fact in the post plant, they're able to get 3 players over towards Art with the spike planted for them in Art.
Oh, dude, the grapple is so nasty.
Wow, the second shot. Oh, I mean, Bang is going crazy right
He
now.
played off his own util so well.
And he's one player on 100 Thieves who is no stranger to qualifying for international events anymore after making it to all of them with Sen.
But these are not good signs from the coaching booth for Cloud9. Suffice to say, things have not gone to plan at all so far. It's just a Vandal for Roxy.
Yeah, this 100 Thieves team are looking so well drilled. A real unit right now.
Okay, Cryo can cross-cut away just in time as the relay bolt came for him. And he's going around the world with those TPs.
Right out to safety. Hero rifle for Oxy over on this B side. Because he was using the ult in the previous round, he can afford to try and be a hero.
And that was probably Cloud9's best chance to get a catch on an isolated individual in the round. Now that Cryo's returned to the fold, 100 Thieves are grouped up maybe to muscle their way back into main. It's only Zephyr in attendance.
Yeah, Zephyr had only seen Cryo, so that doesn't really change much as far as
Brotosaur gone.
the information.
Down to 30.
Yeah, Oxy trying to get some of this space, but is going to eventually run into the trip.
Yeah, no present through mid-connector, so you can easily A-split from here. Might be the move. You can also split, go art.
C9 are making the right call. They're getting players over towards the A side, but they're still just undergunned right now.
Zephyr trying to find an elegant place to play from, but this gets harder and harder now as 100 Thieves get closer. Hammer approaches Anvil. Zephyr at 30 in the corner. They've been looking for that every single time. Saturate there through the wall. Vic on the other side of the divide. He's about to meet the shorty. Vora still has his vision obscured. Sit in this tiny little pocket. And Bang is on the wraparound. This could be it. Oxy's going to have his back turned. That's the hero rifle being passed around. Bang sees it all! Every reality in which C9 could have found a way into this round just fizzles out of existence.
All of his flank timings have been perfect in the post pass. C9 have in no situation been ready for him, and you have to credit the rest of the team with that as well. Maybe not so much on this round, but on some of the other ones, they've done a great job of setting him up with just creating so much chaos to be the late round closer.
But that flank is enabled by the fact that C9 so heavily invest players back towards Flower and Secret and don't have that art or that mid-connector presence whatsoever that late in the round.
Ox is going back to the well with the operator. It has not been dominant in this server.
All right, he's fallen in and needs Lassie.
100 Thieves are calling the rotate over towards this A side. No ultimates to play with right now for either team. What if C9... What info have they gotten? What is guiding them to drag more rotates over to B? I'm not entirely sure. Penny had just made his way over there, off that A site. Prowler now through.
Cryo, you imagine, is very wary for the presence of this chamber. Okay, not going to win it out this time. Oxy does his job. Now he's able to focus more on this A side because they know now that's where 100 Thieves are set up. Timo gets in a dugout. Sent a Saturate ahead of him. Now Arseno is going to be there for him to play off. Timely smoke, but that's going to be removed now, and as it comes down, Zephyr again finds crucial involvement. And Oxy, with an op, is going to have to amble his way forward into a decent position, but Vora could be a problem.
Low HP, knows he needs to make a play, do something proactive. Has the Nightfall if he wants to even send that. I mean, that would be ridiculous to send from the flank, but...
He has the timing. It's perfect! All right, Zelsa's looking for it at the very least. This makes it a 1-for-1. But Bang gets to sit back. Clutch master this game on all of his post-plant util.
Old teammates from Sentinels of last year.
Oh, Zelsis! That's an important. Bro was already getting out of his seats. A very important round for C9 to win, but Bang has had the upper hand in many of those clutches this game, and that's kind of why the score's looking the way it is.
Bang just laughing it off there, pointing back at him. Obviously, those two, a lot of trials and tribulations last year playing with Sen, but a lot of success too, making it to all of the internationals together. Then, coincidentally, both going to teams that have struggled with that, and they're trying to get them back into that position. I think both of these teams really have made roster upgrades. They're on the right path, but at the same time, this Americas region has just become so competitive this year that they might end up being stalled out in the same kind of tier that they've been at in previous years.
That everyone else is leveling up, Wyatt. That's the reality.
It's a dangerous region right now. But Zelsa's picking up this IGL. He's trying his best to change that for Cloud9.
Down.
There's an A-main triple face there for C9 that doesn't see anything from 100 Thieves. This time, they're the ones who aren't interested in that area of the map. Very quickly, though, into Art, and there's no util to see this coming.
Zelsa's on the move over towards that A side. 3 players from C9 attempting to anchor this.
I don't mind this, the attempt at a pincer setup here, but look at where Bang is set up. A late reflank of that A-main position could undo C9. Here's the Nightfall. Only catching Zephyr. Time to go. Nice little box spot there, taken up. That's obviously Timo in position. Vic speculating, wildly speculating through the smoke. Eventually down by Cryo, but Penny's tapped himself into this corner. Bang a little low on his activation. Can he find the frag? Yes! That's Penny down. with the overdrive active. Now this Astro util gets to be brought into the fray. Zelsis is knocked. Zeppa, though, apparently with the wherewithal to bring him back up until Zelsis is knocked down again. Zeppa steps up. This is huge around the corner. Classic with the right click. And again, yes, it's up to Bang for the umpteenth time this game. Nova Pulse. There needs to be follow-up, though. That's not going to take him off the defuse. Bait the shot. Bang needs to get wider. And again, he can't salvage the round for 100 Thieves.
I respect the idea, though, trying to stun onto the planter, isolate a 1v1, baits out the shot, but it's just perhaps a little bit too late, and the crosshairs slightly off. After, again, finding the timing, though, to go get that flank kill play from main, 100 Thieves have a pretty good post-plant setup. But with the crossfire, Timo decided to push forward. It looked like he wanted to fight a little more aggro. Maybe regretting that, because he does give up that position in art.
Zeppa is having a fantastic game, and it's coming in these 1s and 2s, these really important frags under extreme pressure or in retake scenarios.
Does Oxy dare swing out of this one? They're all swinging out. What a shot.
Yep, they're going for it. Lots of targets to choose from here. If you'll see 900 Thieves also now had to fight for this position all along, and it's another swing. Oxy gets up on the line. And Cryo, he's out of the round now. Bang has to give account of himself in mid, but unfortunately it's a crossfire he's waddled into. So Arsena would have to take stock of things now. A decent amount of time left in the round. There are 3 C9 players at large, and he needs to change tack here.
Vic is going to obviously hear all of that. The KO footsteps. Kind of loud. The rest of the team rotating over. Doesn't even matter. Vic has the timing. That was a great little kill from Zelsis. He's definitely been getting a lot of critique, I think, earlier during this kickoff run for not putting up numbers as an individual. But as per the last series against Lev, it has felt like he's really started shooting. But regardless of that, his support play, I think, has been pretty standout, especially when he's on this KO. You can see it right now. He's putting up a lot of assists. He's got 11. He's leading the league right now in assists per round. He has just been a straight-up supportive player. And he's talked about wanting to be able to focus on that, not having to shoot people as his primary objective. Just IGL support. He has 2 great duelists on his team to set up. I hear one of them playing Chamber, of course, but Penny has really added some firepower to this C9 squad that I think was much needed. But conversion pass coming through now. Timotino dashing in. Cosmic Divide as well. So C9 will be relegated to vacating this site. Looks like they want to take a timing to get back in off that flash.
Now, there's not a lot of armor around here. Vora is glass cannon, essentially. Great fragment from Zelsis. That really slows up that advance into halls. But now the fighting is going to get messy up on the site. Cryo doesn't check his right, and Vic has a shorty of his own.
He might be going for a little bit too much there. Evolution kept him alive in the midst of the Armageddon, but maybe overplaying his hand and regretting it. Bang, in another late round situation, facing down 2 players, but Vic with the jump through can't connect those phantom shots.
Oh, geez, Vic so mindful of this situation that just a little peek would have been enough. 4 kills for Vic out of the round. They'd honestly C9 with some excellent stall util to buy themselves time.
Honestly, this feels a little reminiscent of the 100 Thieves half against EG from last week on their attack haven, where things were looking so good for them. And then very late into it, starting to lose a couple rounds. And that was still a more dominant scoreline for 100 Thieves at the end of that one. But they've given the other team an in. Because I think in a couple of these last rounds, they had themselves in position to close them out.
Let's go, boys!
But made mistakes that C9 were able to exploit, able to even this up.
Zeppa looks good. Zelsis in the clutch has been excellent too.
I'm curious to see in this second half specifically what 100 Thieves have in store with Cryo on the veto. He was playing the Chamber and he was farming, but they've still decided to switch him over towards this agent, an agent that they have heavily indexed in. They definitely believe in his place in the meta currently, and they've obviously had success with him elsewhere. So even though they even though they won their last match 13-2 with him on Chamber getting, I think, 27 kills, they still want to switch it up.
I always wonder if it's like, do you just want an agent that doesn't care about Armageddon? Has some more maybe stall elements to the kit? This has slowed down C9. Obviously, Interceptor has been turned on.
Cryo does have to be concerned about multiple angles, but the awareness is keen and the shots accurate on to Oxy.
Looks like Oxy's a little early there.
With 100 Thieves, they don't mind giving up this site. I mean, yeah, you're right. There wasn't really a pure timing for him.
Oh no, that's dangerous. Yeah, swinging out in sync.
Yeah, lined up. Also, they're still just waiting to pop flash out of here. Hasn't needed to because C9 is walking into Cryo. Any second now, this flash is coming.
Yeah, all of those angles that you said Cryo had to watch,
now.
he has dominated. So Penny spotted out, suppressed, and looking pretty lonely.
Ah, the flash came from Austin.
Ah, the knife.
You can't.
Really, brother.
Hell no.
As an IGL at that. Okay.
Yep. Young Boosty with the knife. Crazy. Oh, Cryo just completely dominated C9. And you're right, that was a really early push from Oxy. There wasn't any pressure onto Cryo at the moment. Just
I had no bullets, I promise.
I don't believe you, dude. I don't believe you, man.
Replay?
Oh, heads back in hands.
Heads back in hands, yep.
Again, like, you know, Emmy says, the players have to think about it one game at a time. I've got to think about the bigger picture today. I've got to think about how our map draft's supposed to go. I've got to think about the condition of the players through what could be, Christ, 8 maps of Valorant. That's a lot, man.
C9, time to keep it simple. They are just running it down on B, and they're going to see if Penny can get in someone's face with the shorty. That is the meta game, but no, not going to happen. They will at least seemingly get a plant.
Jeez, at this range, Timo does not care. He's walking.
Sure.
Okay, he's walking and he's killing.
Refracts away, but 2 kills. Now, Cloud9, of course, once again, not bothering to invest heavily into a round that does feature the Outlaws. We've now just discovered. They do not have much to say for themselves here at all. Defuse for Bang, and we'll be off to round number 15. Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're... All right, we'll hunt them down.
I assume that they want to, they want to go, right? Okay.
Get a couple orbs, why not? I am interested to see what Cryo is going to have set up with the teleport specifically going around, because, I mean, it is chamber light with the teleports. They're not as good as the chamber TP when you're trying to op at all because they're just slow.
It's just super nice because the interceptor stops fragment and it also stops a guided salvo, right? So that space denial for defenders can be negated. Makes it a bit more comfortable up on the side. He's actually playing through mid here, so you can see where that crosscut is set up just to allow him to fall back.
I like this from 100 Thieves. They still have the judge. Get up close with him.
Oh, okay.
Vora left out to dry. Timo refracts back.
Great stun.
They're in after him as well. Penny with that burst of pace. Now Timo standing inside a guy to Salvo's got no choice. He literally had no choice.
That was a great sequence of utility from C9. They dismantled that forward play. Okay, Bang long range with the Singer. Why not? 4 bullets. Okay. Zealous is isolated on account of the Molly. Cryo, what is happening?
Oxy and Vic now with it all to do. You can see in this post-plant though, and Oxy just wants to be about his business. Fair enough. He and Vic clean up the round. One that looked like it could have snuck away from them.
They completely stabilized that. I can't believe 100 Thieves made that so close. C9 had a really excellent assault into that site that started with A main, the pop flash out, multi-swing. They forced Timo back. Vora's isolated. This was all great.
Yeah, love this.
And then when they pressure onto Timo, they have the perfect missiles for him backside. They're fast onto the execute, but...
Some really nice pop flashes back onto the site for us, and it kind of sets it up, and it looked like Zeppa was wanted to overpush into the back of that A site, got caught.
All good, though. They have the stable hands of Vic and Oxy. Cryo pushed up alone right now.
Getting cross-cut away. Interceptor in play. That is scary. Pardon the Tigger impression. You don't see that all that often. Dirty stuff from Cryo. Picked up 2. Obviously, Zelsis is able to be dragged to his feet and sent out again.
Picked up 2, he wouldn't have been able to leave because of the ult. Again, just like, you're so slow to teleport. Turn around, find it, hit the button, like slowly vaporize and get over there. Like, he can't get out with a no command. So.
Again, that is sick. And that is something we talked about, this switch over towards the veto for 100 Thieves on this map. It ate all those flashes coming around the corner.
I like this on the opposite side of the map, though, from Asuna. It throws that early knife, and then with all the action in A main, just takes the space. So 100 Thieves can readjust to heavily focusing on A, leave Timo to just watch the potential of the sewer flank because of Cryo down, there's a trip down. But ultimately, they'll be very ready for this A execute when it does come in.
And they're aware now we've had 3 stars deployed.
And by the way, when it does come in, Vora could throw a haunt. They could try to spam onto the planter, seize the planter. There's going to be so much annoying util here.
Okay, the timing of that sends it over to Art, and there's a bit of spray.
Unless he just goes down to the spam himself.
Yeah, probably just needs to put a lid on it for the time being. Timo could find a timing to punish the planter. Vora, again, still speculating. So no risk of those traces being picked up. The Phantom, but still. Here's Arsena. Eventually wraps around. Pretty decent timing for Arsena. Pretty easy kill. And out on Zelsis, who has a wrap of his own. Vora dealt with, but he was very low. 12 health now. Fragment's going to keep Zelsis out of the fight. This flash is really just smoke and mirrors. Just bluff and bluster. And there's 100 Thieves racking up their 9th.
Both of these KOs have been throwing out some great util throughout this game, honestly.
Yeah, they have like Space Denial. They have, retake util or like fast hit stuff. We saw the flash out of the smoke with 4 players in A main from C9. Plenty of flavor here.
Again, though, from Cryo. Perfect little spray down. Easy crosshair placement. That multi-swing just completely denied.
Yeah, that's something you got to be very careful of. That seems like it's been the bread and butter of C9 is, just spending that initiator util quite heavily to forcibly.
It moves. They have a great coaching staff around them. But even still, like we were saying, this is just such a hyper-competitive Americas going up against maybe the best Cloud9 that we've seen in years. Just returning to form, bringing in their old friends who have been leveling up as players.
It is 2 teams, though, that are really putting their trust in those cores, right? Cryo bang Arsena.
Always trying to beat the Nepo allegations. Trying to get into the safe side right now, though. Vora, wow, dispatched by the Stinger.
I love that from you, White.
It is Penny's mowing Vora down.
But am I wrong? That's the A storyline for them.
Say?
That is the A storyline. I'm not saying it's a Nepo baby team. I'm saying that's what people say, bitch.
Who's people? That's crazy.
All right, Zelsis is going to be able to skitter back over towards that Art direction. It is 100 Thieves that are working their way pretty quickly, honestly, into the site. Also, this crosscut util, there might be something there to that. If Cryo can ever make use of it. Nice saturate though, flash to try and deter. Around the corner, come on, 100 Thieves and Arsena knocks Oxy's and Zelsis' heads together. This grab well is going to be mostly ignored. As 100 Thieves have the numbers, but Zephyrs able to peer in from main.
They still haven't gotten it to half, though.
Half now. Vic, yeah, he would have had to kill Cryo instantly. Not to be.
It was a great retake from 100 Thieves. I like that decision from them to isolate Art completely. Util combo thrown in there with the saturate into the flash. They pop out through that nebula together. That was really nicely done. They just have to cut off one part of that crossfire. And main is too far away. It's going to be difficult to get over there and make that happen. And then the Art player's canceling. So this is just the right decision.
You can see kills from. You can see with the temptation.
Nice, man. My team is so good, bro. I'm actually shutting out.
You can see why C9 have had the temptation to push into the back of that A side to get further, because if they play on the extremities like that, they're so subject to being cleared by those util combos.
Well, that early knife connects onto everyone, but 100 Thieves don't care. They still take that space in A main. Ooh, Cryo in some real danger. Doubled up, though, with Bang, the 2 players that if I'm C9, I really don't want to be running into, anchoring a site right now. But that still might inevitably be the case as they posture for this B split.
Now there's going to be some real pressure on Cryo, but unlike the pistol, Cloud9 are likely going to be able to find a timing here to punish the Veto player in that spot.
Oh, his paths could be insane. It looks like he's setting up for it.
Yeah, Timo's able to retake that Plaza control now. Prowler going towards mid. This is going to get ugly. Cryo tucked in the corner. He knows he's going to get attention out of Connector. Slow from C9, staggered, belated, but eventually they touch down on this B side of the map. Convergent pass hits, not in particular from Timo. He's going to be cut off the play because of this cosmic divide, and C9 will get their plant down.
Yeah, they just have to wait this wall out. Arsena, no flash right now. They can't pop through it. Suppress, at least get some info, likely back halls. They're going to know about that. But it's not like they wouldn't have expected a player to be there anyhow, and they don't even have a time to get in while anyone is suppressed.
Yeah, you're told there's 4 players on the site. That's not really telling you much of the story. Here's the Cosmic Divide coming down now from 100 Thieves, ideally to try and lock Halls out of the game. Bang sees Zephyr swing his way. And Cloud9 Get themselves a really important round. Hoping it's not too late.
No, and it certainly may not be. I thought we were going to see the sickest conversion pass from Timoteo after they spotted Vic in mid, pushed him into Link, and he dashed to the right. I thought he was going to send it straight down Link, and they were going to try to fight that together through mid, but I think he was a little scared of the play towards A. He ends up going back through connector, and with all of that delay of, the rotates kind of getting there to assist 100 Thieves, they're just swamped on the site. Cryo can't hold alone. All right, both players here from 100 Thieves in main were spotted up by that knife. Timo still wants to fight. He can't get out.
He could have walked back there, but there's no chance to refract after being hit by the 0 point. So he's giving his life up pretty cheaply there, Wyatt. And all of Cloud9 say, whoa.
Yeah, what a
slow it down.
Massive risk. They just extracted a bunch of utility as well from 100 Thieves. Is this going to be an instant recommit, though? Spot Asuna outplaying towards Art. There are 300 Thieves players here ready to anchor. No, it's patience right now.
This is a refresh of the Nebula for Bang, who currently is across the map and is unsure if he needs to join the rest of his team because of this noise cut.
C9 will have a decent amount of utility to get in here. Penny can still throw up that fast lane, try and cut off some angles. The stars are coming down. There's that missile to clear out Secret. Zelsus with a flash. They have enough tools to get in here for sure.
Bora tries to horn in Cryo. Could have been a timing there. Surely he's heard this action. Okay, suppression on the side. That's 100 Thieves with a 0 point now. Bora tucked.
And Zeppa is just so scared. Left. Tries to bait out the spam. Wow, is this going to be a late round pivot from C9? This is really nice, and Oxy even catches out Vora. A slight delay from this trip. Honestly, that might allow 100 Thieves to get the timing. Look at this rotate. Cryo, he was able to teleport back halls.
13 seconds left in the round. Cryo will be lying in wait. He's low, but he stopped the plant. There's got to be more, though. Another layer here as Zelsus is about to get this spike active. Penny low, steps up, and slaps Cryo down. Means that it would all be on Asuna, and he does not have the coin to risk it.
Wow, 100 Thieves could have put themselves in position. I mean, they did put themselves in position to steal that round away because Cryo is able to rotate with the teleport back into halls over on B. That was really sick.
I was expecting a pump fake again. The C9 back towards the A side.
Especially after Oxy catches Vora,
yeah.
But, yeah, Bang wasn't able to capitalize, unfortunately, for 100 Thieves getting out of heaven. C9 are really wrangling this game back. Money for 100 Thieves, very bad after this round, too.
And that's kind of the potential, I think, of Vito, is that you can traverse the map such that you can almost lock down both sites at the same time. He was there to catch the planter. Could have been something there for sure.
Yeah, this early round, it was a little peculiar, though, from 100 Thieves with that suppress catching onto Timo. Tries to stay fighting in main, but the timing's a little off. That flash from Asuna a little late, so he didn't have the gun out ready to actually get a trade. Just some disconnection there with Timo and Asuna, which is typically not the case. I feel like that duo have had some great synergy to get them to this point in the bracket. But a moment of error there is exploited by C9.
I think Timo probably feels like he's dead either way. If he tries to turn his back and get back onto the A side, he's probably...
Yeah, the only way to get Doombros as an assistant coach is to get a Champions winner coach to be the head coach.
That's right. I mean,
it's the only trump card for that man.
All the coaches here are European. Just putting it out there.
Yeah, he's had a hell of a storied career, which is why I was such a shock that he didn't have a team to coach for a bit of time last year, but obviously deserves this spot. All right, 100 Thieves, they have that one rifle for Timo, and basically just sheriffs across the board for the rest of the team, stacked up over on B, and this gamble might just pay off. This could be deadly for C9 if they execute into this, haphazardly.
100 Thieves showing nothing except the interceptor now. Cryo poised. Oh, buddy. Okay, Timmer's able to receive. Penny, you try skin with the overdrive. That's a gun instantly scooped up by Cryo. Cloud9 surely thumbing the cancel button here.
Yeah, they absolutely have to, but they don't know if there could be players from 100 Thieves pushed out of the other extremities, pushed all the way out mid, someone watching behind them. I mean, obviously they know that trip that no one is pushed into B main, but it's an attempt to re-clear from Vic, Zeppa, who are back in their spawn, and Zelsus and Oxy are just waiting over on this B side, hoping that maybe someone will push up into them. They can get a free kill. But 100 Thieves are just playing a great crossfire right now with Timatino ready to swing off of them.
This reclear is very illuminating. There's not really enough time here.
Down to 25 seconds. The two players are slow right now to get through Link. Zelsis has a flash to try and pop out of this nebula.
Cloud9 at least can set up a split here. That's something Vora has to be extremely keenly aware
There are
of.
15 seconds and they have to break a triple man crossfire here. 4 players here.
Cryo's evolved as well. He's going to be tough to bring down. Vora finds Vic in that corner. Oxy's got to commit fully, and he is low. 26 points of health. And this could be the game right here if Oxy doesn't save it. Oh, no. Forced off the plant. The final seconds, and that is a gut punch of a Thrifty to lose to 100 Thieves.
C9 just played that mid-round so slowly, trying to re-clear back through spawn, slow through mid. They don't know where a 100 Thieves player could be hiding, and then ultimately they just have to rush into that site where 100 Thieves has been sitting on this crossfire the entire time. They had 3 players there for a minute. I didn't even realize they got the 4th there in time, too. I understand the frustration from Imi and the
Probably asking, like, why? I mean,
yeah.
I think the mid-rounding needs to be looked at there a little bit. But we don't have time for that. We're on to round 21.
All right, Operator for Timatino on defense, going up against Oxy's tour de force. Opposite sides of the map right now, though, so we won't be seeing any kind of op v op battle. Right now for 100 Thieves, it's just kind of light hold towards B.
Yeah, Arsenal obviously can slow this down with a fragment to stop the flood into B. So there's a lot of stall util between him and the Astra of Bang, who again has had a fantastic game. All right, Null Command active. This is for Cloud9. But they've kind of showed their hand a little bit. Vora has a Nightfall as well. Should there be a retake necessity? Oh, Bang! That's pretty dirty. Penny on the slide, brought down. Arsena. Here's a lot of footsteps through this smoke and gives Zephyr a bit of breathing room, enough that he can win out against the shotgun-toting player.
That was some crazy aim against Zephyr. I can't believe he snapped to that. It was a real Arsena aim moment, honestly. Yeah. All right, Cryo now into this 1 versus 3.
Zelsis with a casual 20 assists.
He's going to go for it. He has no cash left after this. The 100 Thieves bank is not looking good at all. So he might just want to save in this position rather than try to go for it. Despite winning that eco round, 100 Thieves did only get away with 1 rifle. So it's not that stimulus to the economy that you typically see. The loss here has already just got them back onto another eco.
Yeah, and with Cloud9 being willing to invest the...
And Imi will be praying that they don't play out like that last round. Do not get eco'd again.
All right. Oh, hop, skip, and a jump there for Oxy. 3 for him on the round. So now we are a very close game. 10 plays 11. And 100 Thieves have gotten to their own Null Command this round. If Arsenal could find a timing to, again, stop a fast hit. Tour de force very well appointed in this round. Arsenal cleverly here actually gives space. He almost realizes he's at risk of being shorted if he plays inside that smoke.
Let's go, baby!
A grim determination for Cloud9. It's been a long climb, honestly, and I said this to you in the makeup room. I said this could be scrappy, this could be muddy. And these two teams are brawling.
Oxy sitting at 21 kills right now, by the way. He is really playing well. Has definitely filled in for Demon 1 in the exact way
okay. That's crazy.
What, Demon 1's put like 27 kills, 37 kills on this map, man.
Filled in for Demon 1?
Yeah, he's filling in for Demons 1 shoes on this map, bro. What are you talking about? It's really not crazy. It's literally the truth. Like, he's playing the chamber here.
Yeah, this recent shift for him over towards those Sentinels has definitely seemed to work so far.
They're just B-stacked again, by the way. Just same thing as the last eco round. C9 will not be going to be this time.
Yeah, the intuition for Cloud9 at least has developed somewhat over the course of this map. However, 100 Thieves, when it comes to the retake, obviously don't have great weapons for it and unlikely to really leverage a lot of these ultimates. So I do like to see Cloud9 being very careful this time around. I'm sure that was by design. Cryo needs to get out of there, of course. We'll see 100 Thieves attempt to retake with very little.
C9 not even bothering to get that orb in main, by the way. They were just rather playing it silent, not make any noise, and just suddenly hit into the site. And with the plant, Zeppo's still able to get that arm again anyhow, so doesn't really matter all too much.
Smokes up here for 100 Thieves to cross into his art direction. No spam, good patience from Vic. Cloud9 simply containing. Will saturate there. Roxy, those found his. That's the way laid down. Here's Gravwell. Oh, clever. Oh, the body block. No, you can't be serious. What am I watching? 100 Thieves. The dirtiest of dirty. Thrifty's out of absolutely nowhere. The body block to keep the diffuser proximate enough to the spike to not be interrupted. Get out of here with that, man. Come on.
They can't be winning the game like this. They can't be winning the game like this. 2 ecos. This one way more absurd than the last one. No one able to spam onto it.
Let's go!
Everyone from C9 was so far back.
Oh my god! Oh no, I really wanted to see that Imi reaction. I feel very disenfranchised right now.
Okay. Deep breath. 100 Thieves poised to end the map. How do you recover from that in the space between rounds if you're C9?
They're pushing right into Cryo's setup. That Nightfall is going to stall them out in main. Connects onto 3 players. And that's going to give time for 100 Thieves to try and rotate over as well. They don't want to overcommit to the rotate. You see on top of the minimap. But C9 are going to re-hit off the armor cannon. That will send Cryo running away back towards Secret.
4 of those already in there. This is such a big... Hey, he's going to fire more! Surely not! 2 for Vora. Cryo, though, is brought down. He tries to enter the side, but Timo is pushed up. With the op of all things, there's no reflank pressure for 100 Thieves. It's all from backside, and Timo falters. Zepp is still healthy enough to keep fighting. Bang only gets his 1. And so Arsena flashes himself out, sees the Cosmic Divide in the way, knows there's going to be post-plant hijinks, but there's no choice but they go for it. The Cosmic Divide means that they have to body check this. Arsena. Time. Definitely has some, gets into half. Vic has to swing off this though.
Nice knowing you.
I think he's done enough. I think Vic has done enough. Arsena can only give it a tickle.
Ice cold from Vic. Oh my god, he didn't peek that at all. He didn't give Arsena a shot, even at the wide angle.
And look, you don't know. You can't hear the spike tap with Cosmic Divide in play. You're not sure how far along he is in the defuse.
That was genuinely insane from Vic. At that timing on the swing for the second kill was really nice too, and he had the kill against Cryo, who took that isolated fight walking up towards Secret. I mean, you could see from Austin's point of view, Vic just gave him nothing, no chance of a kill there.
Vic may have been positioned on the same side of the Cosmic Divide in that corner to have heard the defuse tap, but still. Okay, big round for C9 to win, massive.
After that one, damn near every ult is out of play except for Timotino having the convergent paths.
Slow start after that A main take. We have Timo virtually cosplaying as the chamber pushed up in that connector position, but he's got a Bucky to hand.
Yeah, the weaponry definitely not ideal. 100 Thieves in this last round is C9, desperate to get to overtime on their map pick of Pearl. Pivoting over towards this B side where Vic has just been containing for any potential push, but it's rather passive from Cryo on the angle with the Guardian.
The Outlaw is nice in this round, Wyatt.
Cryo
There's a lot of value to be found.
Yeah, he knows he has to drop. Too many potential angles. Someone from C9 could have swung onto him with the missiles.
He didn't turn on his interceptor.
It was just too late throwing it out there.
No, he was right in front of him, I think, on the other side of the box.
Anyhow, I mean, regardless, 100 Thieves had popped the convergent paths, trying to get back over into B. Expecting that C9 would just be in there, but Oxy has just been chilling on A, so they get into the site for free. Spike is a little late, though. 22 seconds.
Oh, Penny!
What a kill.
And that was really important. From that position, Bang can do a lot of harm. C9 yet to plant, about to make that happen right now. Here's a swing. Oxy! There it is, the Outlaw. Stings! And it looks like they've done enough to secure an overtime in this game. They've answered the challenge 100 Thieves have laid down with some unbelievable 100 Thieves defense side rounds. We're going to extra time.
Chaotic last round The C9 are just able to exploit some strange little mistakes from 100 Thieves there to get the advantage. And then play back over towards Oxy on that A side. Free site exec. What a kill for Penny there as well. I was sick.
It's got to make you a little bit nervous here.
Shot.
I mean, again, we have only 2 players, I think, in full armor in this round. So just a really nice time for this Outlaw to shine.
Yeah, Oxy is actually a beast right now, 25 kills.
And Zepp has been chugging along. Again, each of these important rounds, he's good for 2.
He's got 20 assists as well. That's crazy.
Okay. So this, of course, sees 100 Thieves go back onto the attack side now. 0 point likely just to scout out A main from both sides.
And Oxy on defense is posted up with the operator towards A main. And it looks like he wants to do more than just get posted up. He wants to take a lot of space so C9 can have a good rotate over towards that B side. And they could try to defend this. They've got enough players in the vicinity. They've got enough util for sure as well. Zeppa could really stall things out, playing that close up, having the missile stun, everything ready to go.
There's not going to be any upper presence right now for the defenders on B. So we're a ways off of that, and that's going to allow the dive in there. Okay, Timo's in a really powerful spot. The hindrance. Oh, it's perfect. Timo's found himself 2. Now with the shorty in hand, he's looking to scour the rest of the site, but it's clear for now of defenders.
That's an outrageous play from Timo. His entering ability has just been fantastic for 100 Thieves in this run.
Celsius, snappy stuff. She takes the only anchored player in the site for the attackers out. That is planted for long anyway. There's the horn. Arsena comfortably can play off of that. And yeah, okay, welcome in, sure. Arsena's done enough in this round. Zelsa's in no position to properly defuse this now. Too many players waiting in the wings to spring forth, and he knows that he doesn't really have any way to rattle them out of those positions. That'll be that. 100 Thieves, once again, 1 away.
Sick execute there. They had to deal with a lot of defensive util coming through from Cloud9, but it just was not enough. I need to see that Timo play on the replay.
Yeah, Timo avoids most of it.
So nice.
There's no one in heaven. So he simply drops down with a big saturate.
That's your classic pathing as the waylay on the B execute, getting up into heaven, but then just looking to the right, spotting the one player, throws it down. But connects onto 2. That was really sick. He's been so good. Arguably, if not inarguably, the best waylay player right now in Americas.
He has put in the hours. Okay, so this time, it's 100 Thieves who want that A main presence. That's penetration. Okay, ends up being a 1-for-1 here, but still, lots of space that'll have to be potentially re-cleared by C9, and already 100 Thieves are responding to a potential play through Art.
This is so nice. Oh, Austin's getting off that play, was ready to throw a pop flash off the trip here.
I think they were worried about a fast A main retake from C9.
Now Cryo, yeah, he's ready to just teleport over towards Secret when this action comes in. And there he goes, gets right onto the spam line, but wow, in the stun. He's in some serious danger if C9 try to take this more aggro.
Grid's being planted for. Zelsa's on the very edge of the box. KO store utility is expired. Zelsa's with a bit of an odd location for this.
Trying to avoid the spam.
It's worked out. They can still cover that from A main. There's no backstab pressure for 100 Thieves in that main side. Well, there might be soon.
Yeah, look at Bang right now on this long lurk. He's had some sick backstabs in this game. Won out a lot of post plants for 100 Thieves.
His timing is good enough, I feel. Zelsis is going to get caught out, and Prowler might have had a piece of him anyway. That's the Art pressure dealt with. Now it's the post plant util, and here's Cryo getting ahead of it. Vora once again snaps up 2, and 100 Thieves have done enough, finally, to shake loose of the grip of Cloud9. The muddy hands retreat back to the quagmire. And first map of the series goes to the Thieves.
Was C9's pick stolen away by 100 Thieves in really close fashion. Cloud9 coming back into things in that first half when it looked like 100 Thieves might have just dominated them the 7.1. To the decimal point, they're tied going into this game. They have just been such a strong duo here for 100 Thieves. They got them the win against Sen here last time. Can they do it against C9 to advance their place in the bracket?
Off we go to the pistol. It's an interesting defense side wall cutting across mid. Little variation for C9 into the pistol. And Oxy has the headhunter. Not quite the timing, though, as Timo is able to slip out there and just forces a rendezvous away already.
Yeah, Oxy just not feeling like he should be overstaying his welcome there, and the right choice, honestly. But that will vacate this space, which Timotino is happy to just gather on his own and stay inserted top mid, while 100 Thieves can work towards this A side of the map. Leave him as that lone late man on the flank, though we can see on the minimap there will be a trip in his way, so
something he probably should be anticipating, but we'll still have to play around.
I like that from Oxy, though, just having the trip there. It's heads up, knowing you might have to give up that space, and now he's out in the open again, has to teleport away, but doubled up with an anchor on this site. If 100 Thieves hit it hard,
he's still there in elbow, so hasn't given up the site entirely, which is just as well as those 100 Thieves smokes now. Going to start to canvas the back of that site. Is it wall for Asuna? Pops himself up. Slow orb there as well to punish anyone who might have tried to retake Heaven by force. Now, Cloud9 have been encircled. They are contained inside this B side of the map. Oxy in the smoke surely hears all this action, and he's going to be able to find himself too. Timo steps up though and shuts him down. Penny had to win that fight, Wyatt, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, he really did. Oxy gets some damage onto Timotino. At least he's weak. Vic needs to step up in the 1 versus 2. Did he spot Vor there? He might have just seen him.
He'll have a dark cover from main.
Paranoia, ready to go. But he might just want to take this silent, trying to find a way to get into the site.
Down to 40, dangerous. Vora has a ghost. Still, Vic has been tapping.
Vic is so low, but Vora just couldn't connect the shots.
Vora speculating, Vic down to 10, has to get up. Got it to half. This is still winnable for Cloud9's Omen play, but he's got to be sharp on the flick. Oh my! Vora steps up and serves himself to Vic on a silver platter.
He has had ice in his veins in the clutch situations today. He's such a steady, confident player, and still just like this sleeper killer on Cloud9 they picked up from challengers last year.
I mean, even on Moist X Shopify, he was that same player. Super reliable, very rock solid, never looked like his composure left him.
What an outstanding play to get C9 off on the right foot here. Ready to fight towards B main, it looks like, with a Paranoia. Either a flash Trailblazer going to come through from Zeppa. Yeah, there's dog swing off of that. Timo in some serious danger there. He has the hero Marshall.
Both players scratched up a bit, both healed by the respective skies. Oh, the high-low set up. You think they would have found something there, but Timo healing yet
the
again.
Double healer comp. The double healer. That's crazy. He's back up to full. He's getting the orb. He's close to his ult already. He's 2 away from the path.
But all of a sudden now, 100 Thieves, of course, know they're playing into an outlaw this round. Might actually feel like going for something.
Now, still, surely 100 Thieves with 4 classics wouldn't be able to win another eco round.
No. Not now that Oxy can at least get out of mid scot-free. This does open up Heaven. And it's more than just a fake. 100 Thieves going to commit to this side of the map now. Vic's going to be spotted back sight. That ADS on the Bulldog. Steady aim. I could not say the same for Vora, though. Bang was able to find that classic kill. Now on the Stinger. Won't be aware of the player lurking behind him, and so Oxy puts him to bed.
Yeah, a little awkward, but stabilizing again our Cloud9 in the reliable hands of Oxy, just holding down mid with that Outlaw. It's a bit of damage from 100 Thieves, but nothing of massive significance.
Oh, it's like there's a vertical, like, downward flick there.
Let's see what C9 opts to bring into this round. Round where, again, just have to pay attention to the fact that Timotino has been able to get himself 1 orb away from having the convergent paths already. Teleport across into B main. So 100 Thieves can just take that quickly off the slow orb. It's pretty easy to get B main when you have the Sage, unless there's some kind of crazy committal from the defenders dashing past something like that. But
like
they want to refight. They want to refight and just take that space back late.
Yep, Tagic set up the one-way dark cover there and even commit a stealth drone. A lot, honestly, from C9 to shore up the B side of the map, and it's worked. Now 100 Thieves funneled into mid. And so this engagement, or what would have been quite important.
Cloud9 have 3 players on this B side ready to go. Dog is re-clearing out main, does spot 1 player. Oh, this time it could be insane.
Oxy slips back towards screens.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think he's quickly spun on a dime there. They actually want to double back to B again.
If they want to double back to B, though, they've given up the entirety of main. They do have to re-clear it. Vora has a flash, so they'll know maybe if someone is tucked in the corner.
Such
but
an interesting...
that's really it.
It's a weird audible for Vora, excuse me, pun not intended, to call here. Here's a step back from Zephyr. Doesn't quite see too much. That's a flash gone. Vic with the ghost. Able to live long enough to take down Timo. And honestly, for 100 Thieves, the mid-rounding, it's hard to see the vision, but they have now some purchase onto the side. Penny is going to step up. Arsena, decent mechanics. Keep himself in that fight there. And eventually there should be a chance to plant. Oh no, the spike was a little bit too far away. Bang's going to have to TP across. Snakebite also thrown down there to clear that lower. Means that Celsius can drop safely. Oh, that's snappy from Bang. What's this guy been eating?
Zels is just so patient on this Rab. Bang never feeling like he has a moment to actually reposition. No teleports left for low HP. Doesn't want to give up.
It's a crossfire still, Wyatt.
Right now.
Celsius is going to expose himself to Vora here one way or another. Sees the gun barrel and Vora is waiting. Hard fought first gun round there for 100 Thieves. And a really interesting pivot midway through the round to a B side where you don't have B main control at all.
Yeah, I really thought that they were almost 100% just going to go back to A. Cryo had pushed all the way up ramp. He had all of that space for free. But they go back into B where they knew they lost main. Only had one Sky Flash to contest it. C9 kind of dodged that out, refight in with a flash of their own. Really sweating there for 100 Thieves. But they're still able to pull it off. They still have the better weapons. But they lost a lot of them, and now it has their economy in a really tough spot.
I just feel like they took the longest road there. But I like it. The calling feels like it's been pretty inspired. Good timing for Oxy! And he mows him down! Timo's able to get up on ramp at the very least here. And that does leave Zephyr as the sole A player, tucked inside elbow. Timo has to know this. Saturate thrown in that direction, but Zephyr gets ahead and out onto the side. There is not a whole lot that can be done here. Zephyr, nicely done, locks it down. But a beautiful timing for Oxy on that early swing.
Yeah, not much to analyze in that round, I'm gonna be honest. There's really just not much to discuss. Except for the fact that, I mean, Oxy's just still frying. He's in crazy form today. Been playing so well since returning.
Nice, Eric. Let's go, baby. Yes, sir.
Yep, mix a defensive pop in here and there. Get your value out of that chamber. Outlaw still being brought into this round, and obviously it's a great time for it. Tour de Force built up. Seeker's there for Zephyr. It's on like Donkey Kong.
Okay, wow. Man.
They invested pretty heavily into pressuring that spot. There's a flash in Oxy's face, and it didn't matter.
It's good util for an A ramp take, but it doesn't really matter when you have the Outlaw shotgun. 100 Thieves are now going to slow down for a moment. See if someone on C9 maybe oversteps, tries to take a peek, and they could do something off the back of it, but...
Well, they've got to assemble a protocol to take Heaven away from someone who they know has an Outlaw, and none of them have the armor, so...
They needed to wait for that wall to come up so they could try to flash through it as well.
Just spam smokes and get that control. But now, how do you spring forth from this position?
Well, Oxy is forced back and really low HP, but... What is the pivot from 100 Thieves? They just feel like they have to give it up and go back towards the ramp.
That is interesting. So they want to push down through this Viper wall into an A side that's not cleared. So they give up Heaven. Maybe they're worried about flank timings, right? I get it, but geez, they're out in the open here. All right, well, fighting through the oil slick. Arsena has a buck here, now he's on ramp, so 100 Thieves' chances of winning this round have been extinguished outside of some nice little individual showings.
C9 are looking pretty strong on this defense, and I don't think 100 Thieves have yet had the calls to really deal with them. It's definitely not enough to deal with Oxy. I mean, they tried their best there. It's not like that play was lacking for utility being sent right on top of his head.
I could be the sacrificial lamb.
Celsius is referring to his 1-3 and 3 scoreline right now, I imagine. For Oxy, he was just a split second early enough to not be flashed and still find that kill. 4 rounds for Cloud9 on defense.
Oxy gets... Oh my god, Arsena is testing fate there and lives, barely.
Well, he does know that's risky to play into the Tour de Force like so.
Yep, and this time much faster from 100 Thieves. They get Timo right into vents.
Oh, they want to go. Look at that. Hit by the Seekers. They still want to get in there. Timo vulnerable up, but still able to win. Conversion, of course, so speeding through that heaven control. So now 100 Thieves have a pretty important foothold of the map early in the round. Transitioning off this, though, is important. And Zephyr is a rat! He's a rat! Stuck in a pretty common location. He'll step out and find 3. Well, that rat got hands. Holy! Okay, Arsena. At least a spike to hand. No res, though. He already attempted that.
Zepp's anchoring on this A site has been really superb.
Same on Pearl, man.
That little flash onto the players dropping was perfectly placed. Wins that isolated duel in main first. Unfortunately for Vora, Austin just sabotaged his stats.
30
He
seconds
does get
left.
that heal. It's not like he doesn't have a chance at winning this round.
Yeah. No, it's a 1v2.
He's going to have time as well after this plant if he wants to try and be bold to get some kind of more forward position.
You have to against the threat of
Yeah.
these paint shells, right?
And you know, ideally in a 1v2, you're trying to do something to get one quick kill, and then, okay, it's a one-on-one. So you don't find yourself in the situation where they're getting on the spike, and you have to peek out, and you don't know if they're just going to be double-facing.
This is extremely based. This is risky, though, but Arsena's been taking risks all around.
And the problem is the trip is there.
Yep, this...
So it's chalked. It's cooked. He
Arsena,
doesn't even know it.
It is planted for
Does
heaven.
he know?
It is. He's going to hear the...
No, he doesn't know.
Oh, dear. Yeah, he knows it too. Up on the box. And down. He slumps. I like the idea.
Yeah, I like the idea, but you hate to see that. You hate to see
Something
the
I've
trip.
seen Leaf do quite a few times on this map. Unfortunately, yes. Running into some of that central util is tough. This is sick from Zephyr. Man, he just, again, an intuition. Like that is hard to beat.
Insane flash. And then
One
also,
enemy remaining.
yeah, just kind of crouches around the corner.
Nice, boys. Nice. Bro, if I was 5 years younger, we just wiped that round, I swear to God.
Update, Zelsa's still 1-4-4. But again, relishing the chance to focus on his calling, I quote.
Yeah, and the positivity that he's bringing to the team.
Also,
And this dashing up mid, so he doesn't have to dash to actually break crosshair placements on the exec. So you saw Vic was just backside at map and Zepp was placed close, and it's just so easy for them to hold. They just didn't have that explosivity to actually get into the site. Somehow it's completely split from 100 Thieves. No attention being paid to mid, just playing for both extremities. Trailblazer right now going all the way through B. But this is a great timing now for Zeppa to try to get control on this side of the map. And
jump scare. All right, Trailblazer able to take a giant bite out of Crime. Cryer took some random spray there from the Vandal on ramp. Of course, there's plenty of healing with this composition. Okay, on the move, Celsius was. Okay.
there we go. He's got two.
We've rolled it back 5 years.
100 Thieves have fully pivoted off of A after getting spotted by that Trailblazer. Kind of seems like, hey, maybe we can go to B. We lost the player. They won't be thinking that we're just immediately pivoting to hit. But
Look, I mean, they've got the Omen util to sort of walk out with here. They can slow orb the site. This very spot that Zelsis is standing in, for example. They've got enough to push up. And I like the off-angle propelling Penny here. It kind of makes him agnostic to a lot of this, controller util to take the site.
30 seconds left.
Things have stalled out here for Bang. Timo, though, got himself that Phantom. Things to tempt fate. Penny with a showstopper now developed. Tries to... Okay, what was that? Satchel knocks him back, but he's out of the round now. And we're even in numbers. Timing taken by Vic, but he sees nothing. Ducks back into the smoke. Sets up some of his own now.
will C9 be ready, though, for Timotino up top in Rafters? Is he going for the long flank? Surely not. No, crossfire set up from him and Bang right now.
This could be nice for Bang. Okay, this smoke is a little late. I see the gun barrel. Surely he doesn't think there's a second there. He's gotten away with it. Bang at 3. Timo at 22. 100 Thieves still fighting fit. Yet another big thrifty that C9 can't afford to give away.
Yeah, they can't afford that. They can't allow a round like that to slip out of their hands. They had the players on B ready. but it gets so disconnected. You saw Oxy peek through up top. Penny wasn't ready for that on site. You saw him still just holding the angle on default. Oxy goes in, dies alone, and then all of a sudden, Penny's isolated. He's whiffing on the guy with a stinger. They're just taking 1v1s and losing them.
They simply walked up. They just smoked Heaven and defense spawn and walked into the site wire.
Yeah, the team play really dissipated from C9, and 100 Thieves were able to win that out. Penny fast with the rocket. Okay, Cryo, he's out.
Yeah, slightly singed behind, but outside of that, he's still fine.
Double healer comp, though. He'll at least be back up at 100. Massive health boost from Vora, please.
His armor.
Get him that 10 HP.
So back we go now. Still, I'm an ult's in play, so some pivot potential. You'll notice that Bang is playing the other side of the map. 100 Thieves are far from committed to any one route, as now that spike might be headed through sewer. Okay.
Well, that spots everyone. They weren't able to break the dog.
Yeah.
That's a little minor disaster. But 100 Thieves they're fine to just double it back. They've had two players just containing for a mid walk down or a B push that they can pivot back into later in the round. Go for the big 5-man exec. Maybe you have Bang do some kind of like teleport into sight, spot a player, dash onto them type play.
They had to check the corner here. Yeah, they're not quite sure where that player is. It's just Oxy actually spotted out in the back of the site. Sees the double dash in, waits for Rasna. Look at the trust he puts in Vic to handle Timotino. This is clinical. A surgical extraction of 100 Thieves players. Quite the flawless round for C9.
I want to see that on the replay, but man, that exec felt just really light. Not a lot of disrupting util whatsoever.
Oh, they get hit with the paranoia on the way through. Timo is, yeah, short-sided.
And there's just really nothing to deny Oxy
Let's
from
go,
popping
Vic.
back
Let's
side
go,
there.
baby. Let's go.
The Trailblazer's not there. The guiding light gets used to clear B main. So what else do you have? You have the controller util, but Oxy's playing a contact angle with the op. The antithesis to the walk up onto a smoked site.
Cryo spotted out early. Just getting pinged by the flash. 100 Thieves intending on taking B main. If Cryo's all for post planning this round, if they can get there, but those have been few and far between. The anchoring from C9 has just been way too strong right now. Timo's in there, but
he goes low off that.
Out of there just as quickly.
Barely put a scratch on Vic.
Time to get healed. Time to get healed back up, though.
All right, but their ability, though, to really get into the site properly, once again, hinges on Vora.
Right.
They have that attack side Sage who doesn't feel like she's offering you a ton of equity in these scenarios. You can, of course, wall your way across, I guess.
100 Thieves have found themselves in a situation here where they don't have the ability to dash in, going up against anchors in this crossfire, but Zelsa's caught.
Zelsa's just looking the wrong way, maybe expecting a player there to be below him. So 100 Thieves, they do have the guiding light to get them onto the site this time.
Spike planted.
But again, it does resemble a walk up once more.
It's not that C9 were lacking for players or for crossfires. They just were not connecting the shots, and that was awkward with Zelsa's getting caught. You drop down from rafters, no, and then just gets killed from a wrap on pillar.
And I guess it's these kind of rounds where, you know, 100 Thieves are trying to attack into these sites with the Sage, that they kind of just are going to try and do this. They are going to try and simply trade into these sites, scale up by taking crossfires and good timings.
Yeah, I mean, that slow does deny Vic trying to swing out to help a player that's on default box, so that does, you know...
It's important against, like, if there's an op player on the site, you can slow orb that spot and, you know, then you can feel a bit more confident about playing contact into B. Okay, 100 Thieves, hard fought round.
Yeah, I thought that was going to be tough because on these rounds, you know, they were... Yeah, Zelsa just gets flashed up. Oh, he's so blind, actually. That's a great flash then from Vora.
It's crazy, the difference.
Good to see that on the replay, that he just connected a crazy flash to get in on that side. That was
the difference between Vora having to flash to clear B main and having none left, and having them sort of in surplus to hit the B side is... Well, it's a big difference.
Yeah, I was just worried that they don't have the dash from Timotino, because I feel like we've seen that be a real negative when they're going for the big side execs. Yeah, where they're just slowly then going into the anchors and getting picked apart. But credit to Vora.
So the B hit is a thumbs up. 100 Thieves have definitely got that nailed down. Now, what do they have over at A?
Well, they have a convergent paths in the Trailblazer.
Okay, well, to clear out
They're
elbow.
just going to go right on in there. Vic forced out by the Molly right into the slow.
Yeah, caught inside that convergence. Timo doesn't quite know where to shoot right now, but he has sight control. He can simmer it down a little bit.
That's a great dual piece of utility to get the player out of elbow, exposed and caught. Just right out in that open.
Spike planted.
Vic going to go down from Cryo. Yeah, oh, what a shot. What a peek.
Okay, now where is Cryo set up? That's what we want to know.
Where is Oxy finding these kills?
Cryo in the pit. Make his way back around towards screens. He's a little off the play here. Bang shows himself, but he's committed. He wants to keep pushing past those screens. Counter pit comes into play. Bang, TP's mindful of it. Oxy just dives in, but I think Cryo saw him enter. Tap on the spike. Oxy has to hear this. Good reaction from Cryo. Quiet match so far. And in he goes. The second with the shorty. Cryo puts him on ice.
It finally gets into the game. It has been slow for him so far. Hasn't really been finding great lurking opportunities, but sitting on that pit for a couple rounds. Optimal time to get it down. I mentioned it during the round, but yeah, definitely want to give credit to just the setup with the util. Look at this from Vic's point of view. He got hit by that snake bite in elbow, forced out, so he runs into a slow orb. And he's lucky to get one kill against Asuna, honestly.
Huh.
Okay, well, that's how he got the second one when I asked how did he get that one. Just random shot.
That from Cryo was nice. Fully decayed down, just has to go for it. Okay, so Viper's pits exchanged in that previous round. With 2 more rounds,
Because this has felt so dominant for C9. But then you look at the kills, and you can tell why. It's because the rounds that 100 Thieves have been losing. They're just not able to do much of anything. They're being dominated by Oxy, by the anchoring. And yet they've still gotten themselves in a position where this is a reasonable half with losing the pistol round. And if they win this round here, C9 will have max out loss bonus, but they certainly won't be getting an AWP. It won't be a great buy.
So C9 are now put in a position where if they dare to take their B-man control, they have to re-clear it. They might just opt to leave Oxy over there to play contact, but that's fine for 100 Thieves.
Timo with this attack AWP, by the way. Seeker's coming out first from the defense. Now from the attack.
One's trying to get up into heaven today. It's pretty telling.
And with that Seeker info, perfect opportunity for Timo to get in, but the self-saturate, not ideal.
He's just going to go for it. The paranoia doesn't hit onto the elbow players, but what a guiding light that comes in.
Yeah, the cabbage just saved him from the damn shorty shot. That's ridiculous. Sure.
All right, here's the Reds. Timotino back in the game. Paint shell towards elbow, and I think C9 have said stuff it. Yeah, we're done here.
Yeah, they have to save. Again, it's just back to the economy. Even though they were dominating this half, winning clean rounds where they're getting all of the kills, 100 Thieves winning that, eco round and stringing 2 together, they've gotten C9 to a point where they just cannot afford to even attempt to find an inroads into a retake in a 3-on-5. They don't even want to try to give Oxy an opening. Nothing. It's just time to save.
And that's the kind of round where I felt like Cloud9's anchors could have gotten something done because they don't get hit by the saturate. They're actually able to avoid the paranoia that gets thrown at them as well. And Timo is wildly spraying through a dark cover. The Seekers just turn up and soak up a shorty shot, and then Timo's able to get value.
Look
and
at
now
this.
2 guns are taken away.
All of that noise from 100 Thieves towards spawn. Cryo just collects 2 free kills. So Oxy is able to save that AWP, but it's going to result in the other C9 players just getting Guardians. They don't have enough for rifles anymore.
A 6-round attack side here for 100 Thieves.
That's so ridiculous.
That's stupid.
I can't.
I don't like that at all.
It was a cool execute, though, from 100 Thieves. They start with the AWP on Timo, switches to the rifle. They Seekers to just get the info on a player location so he can dash, all that. It wasn't perfectly executed with the saturate, but still ends up working out regardless. They're able to follow up nicely off of him. That is something I think 100 Thieves really displayed against Sen. A great job of following up on Timotino. We haven't seen as much of that in this game, though, with the style that they're playing. It hasn't been, I feel, as hard-hitting as just kind of straight-up aggro, big execs, playing off of him early.
Honestly, it's been really effective use of a little bit of util, like Vora's flashes. Remember Zelsa's full blind? Up on rafters in B, that was massive. So Oxy's taken the op over to A, which means that 100 Thieves might be able to just walk this up a little more. Vic, though, of course, is rock solid in these anchoring scenarios, and is going to have to be.
He's just ready to start the paranoia off the contact from Penny.
Come on, dude.
But the teleport away.
And they're out of there. How does this affect the assortment of Cloud9 players across the map? It doesn't really look like it does. But I mean, that is a raise that has been removed pretty big, and especially some of these retake scenarios, and the raise has that.
This is 100 Thieves attack side calling classic. You have Timotino Prod really aggro for a kill somewhere, makes himself known, then they pivot all the way back to the one guy, go for the 5-man exec.
They can flash Oxy off this angle, but there needs to be timed properly. Yeah, okay, there we go. Paranoia and Guiding Light both committed. Oxy, though, just falls back to Rafters, but it's crosshair placement.
Oh my God!
I thought it was broken, but it's Timo instead that falls to the ground. Arsenal gets his, though. Zeppa's dealt with. Oxy going to try and make a play out of screens here. 9 seconds left, and Arsenal's going to go for the plant. The wall broken down. Oxy's getting out close and personal. This time, he means business. Around the corner, it's going to be Bang waiting for him to step into that sight line, and he'll double down. All Bang all the time. Gets 100 Thieves to a 6-round first half on attack.
The 15-6 scoreline for Oxy, not enough. That insane air shot, also not enough for C9 to end this first half with the lead.
What is this, the Osu World Championships?
Beautiful. My offer, Bang.
I'm telling you, I'm the best operator in it. They just don't know I'm an opera.
We're doing this again. We're doing. I remember this from last week, yeah?
Give this guy an up, and he will repay the favor. All right, let's head now to a halftime interview with Rivington and EG's Com.
That's right, I'm joined by Com. I found him flanking around back there. I got a question for you. Initiators got hit recently. What's life been like out there? Is it getting tougher as a Sova? Is it getting easier?
I think overall it's just interesting. Just kind of how you move about the game and how you want to like maneuver situations. I think it's just a lot different, but also at the same exact time, you can add a little bit of spice, more than you could in like the last meta.
All right, so let's talk about the spice we're getting from this matchup right now. What are you seeing first off foremost? First map going 100 Thieves on an OT, but I felt like it could have gone any way.
Yeah, I mean, I think this game, especially in like Kickoff, it's whoever comes into the game like hot, essentially. And then also like at the end of this map, like we saw 100T kind of get some momentum. But again, I think it's really momentum based because C9 can take away and also 100T can do the same. So we'll see who comes out.
What's a way to kind of ensure momentum there? Because if they win this one, they keep going and keep going. And how do you kind of prevent that from getting to be too much weight, but also knowing it's what you need to do?
Just talking between each other. Like in the game, like as long as people are talking constantly.
An opportunity for the core of 100 Thieves to exact some vengeance on Cloud9 after they were knocked out by them in those Stage 2 playoffs last year. Cloud9 ended their hopes of making it to champions.
Bang here is expecting that'll be a walk-up momentarily. Just trying to get the house in order to receive guests. Some degree of foothold here in heaven for Cloud9, but Arsenal will be setting this guy's on the ropes. He's on the ropes, guys. Just setting expectations. He's on the bloody ropes. Forced back, though, by the paint shells. Or is happen to be down. Oxy's Headhunter strikes true on 2 occasions.
Timo's trying to pick up that line in screens. Maybe get a timing to swing out. Oxy's still weak in main. Doesn't want to give them anything at this point. Can Timo give an opening for 100 Thieves? Doesn't seem likely through the dark cover. Austin is still just trapped on these ropes. He can't even get into heaven to be a factor just yet.
Yeah, no, because he's been denied at the pearly gates for abusing ropes. Gets in, finds his, backs off. Penny down. Cryo hoping for a swing there from Celsius. I see the vision. Narsa's going to have to do it all himself.
Can't use this yet.
Tough job. And he knows it.
He is rope maxing for sure.
Jester maxing on the ropes here. Okay, pistol round picked up here for Cloud9. Starting on the right foot here. But bear in mind, they did the same in the first half.
Fox now up to 17. Give me the replay. What happened here?
Okay,
Just
yes.
trying to win out that duel. It looked like for a second when we were at the Bangs field, I'm like, did Oxy just straight up kill him through the wall? I mean, he did, but he saw him first. We didn't know that earlier. Oxy is just an animal right now.
So far, look, Cloud9 have done what they need to make this attack side campaign successful. Want to see more from Penny on this attack side. Had some unfortunate timing moments in that first half. Wasn't able to shine. Still on this very classic raised look. Let's see this rubber hit the road for real.
All classics for 100 Thieves. feel like at this point we just have to note it every single time they're on an eco that they've won so many ecos against C9. The eco wins gave them the win on Pearl.
Yeah,
that probably wouldn't have been an OT game and an OT win without them.
Okay, hoping to find some value from Saturate. It was Oxy caught up in it, and Arsenal was able to find the kill as a result. Got to find a way to do some work with his classics. Bang!
Penny is the player I want to see get kills right now in the eco round.
Yes.
Give him the confidence booster running around with the Stinger, free kills. Get him back in the zone.
All right, Vora has the conch now.
Spike planted.
Gets himself a Stinger, just make sure he doesn't miss anything. With the veritable Arsenal dropped at his feet. There it is, Penny for 4.
That's nice.
Confidence plus, only 2 orbs away from a showstopper.
Gets himself back to an even scoreline. Close to that ult, as you just mentioned. 100 Thieves now going to be on their first full buy round. They don't have an outlaw to worry about, so that's one nice thing, but they still want to buy heavy arms around, it looks like, when we get back into this. 100 Thieves just try to activate a little aggro play. Not mad at that, but obviously just classics, that is easy.
God knows I needed those, bro.
I love it when the narrative writes
Immy
itself.
looks so happy after that round win.
Yeah, look, I mean,
Most joyous Immy moment.
I think half of Penny's frags have come from those sort of pistols, and you can see it's affecting him a little bit. Wants to find a way to get into the game. Again, another random smoke kill, perhaps. Jeez, that is Cryo down as well. Oh,
Oxy
man.
is just blessed in this game right now, for real.
Well, that 100 Thieves wall over on the A side of the map is kind of a dud now, isn't it? Losing a Viper off the rip is pretty bad. So
Making 100 Thieves want to play in front of it, but these guys are cooked. They are just cooked. Not expecting the full 5-man rotation. All right, well, this round is over.
yeah, I really don't know how there's much more to say about it. It's good as Bangers looked here.
No. No.
I do want to believe it, but no, these Cloud9 guys are always taking care of any contingencies. And so Zeppa will be the one that takes 4.
Made it fast. I was about to ask you what you wanted to talk about. Any discussion points for the inevitable save we were getting to, but no, 100 Thieves, they decided to try and be heroes, and they died for it. Oxy's now going to pick up the outlaw when we get back into this for the anti-eco. This is just...
I mean, you have to do this.
Unfortunate kill in mid where they turn off the wall, so then I think that does kind of make 100 Thieves feel like, okay, well, maybe...
Yeah, you don't have any stall util anymore, really.
Let's try and go see if we can isolate a kill in A main. Maybe there's, a lurk there, or at least we can take the space, get some info that they're going towards B. But that does not work out, as we saw.
So a pretty important buffer that Cloud9 have been able to put together. And they've allowed their economy to really build. Oxy can have another round with the Outlaw. Zeppa's going to be max capped in terms of credits.
Frankly, you're feeling like C9 have to win this game. Like, this is their game to lose. They've won both pistols, and they just won a bonus.
Yep.
You can't ask for much more than that.
I
Outside of winning 2 bonuses,
right,
but let's not get greedy.
They win
we
this.
already won both pistols and won.
They win this as long as they
Like,
don't give any of those random thrifties away, right? That is what got the better of them on Pearl.
Yeah, you're right. It is a round like this that would be a just needless toss. If they lose here, give 100 Thieves guns, get their economy back. Literally what happened on Pearl.
And that's why I'm way more interested in this round than I otherwise would be.
Yeah, I think Immy is still sweating right now. But 100 Thieves have stacked up the wrong site. They're over on A, so it'll be free at least for C9 to get in here, unless Bang tries to goblin his way in.
Just take it like a random
stinger,
pop timing?
Yeah.
30 seconds left.
Okay, Arsenal is up in heaven. I think the action's going to come from heaven now. Oh, okay. If that heaven poke comes maybe slightly earlier. Big turn anti-flag. What?
They didn't get eco. They won't be getting eco on that round.
I get it. I mean, he's got a better gun, but what on earth was that? That had me spun around.
He definitely killed them all intentionally. He definitely killed the 4th guy intentionally. Oh, can we see this again?
Turn to anti-flash.
Last player.
The last guy.
Cool. No, that's cool, man. No worries.
Can we now also get this at 0.25 speed and maybe 0.10 speed?
They're all headshots. Am I seeing things? They're all. Put you steady up,
They'll have a res at some point.
The Omen I would call out. We'd love that.
You got the show, like they've already got
There's From the Shadows available here. I repeat.
Yeah, that's a big one. That's huge.
The op, though, in the hands of Timo. Something worth looking at. Does he get a chance to remotely play contact here? Can he get into the site? Or will he be forced out? First test is the smoke. We'll step ahead of it. Oh, okay, dangerous. Looks like that showstopper, though, is not really headed in any particular direction. He's going to step inside of his own shower of shrapnel. But crucially, Screens is now taken.
Zeppa gets the Seekers, and he just rips them straight away.
All right, shot on Penny goes low. Vora deals with the Seekers and the Trailblazer and the rest, but Vic stamps his authority over on Heaven.
Yeah, takes advantage of the info from that Seeker to get the kill when the wall drops. Late flank here from Celsius. Late flank from Oxy in mid, too.
Hunter Thieves, they had to go for the throat. No, now, though, it is time. Celsius can't get in. He was trying to interfere with the players in Heaven, but the Sage Wall first and the Viper Wall second. Finally, Oxy gets up there.
Yeah, they just don't expect that double flank, and it's planted for Heaven.
Celsius has to do something here. Is there a body block in play? Timo is just going to stick the smoke, apparently. That was an important round for 100 Thieves to snatch up, and they do so with the op still in hand.
Cool execute out of the timeout from C9, honestly. I like what they went for there with the showstopper, pop into sight. They have the Celsius wrap towards ramp. He kind of exposes himself, so in Heaven, they're not expecting a second lurk to come all the way through mid, slowly into vent with the spike planted for Heaven. Cool idea, but the fact that they are immediately able to just remove Oxy is pretty sick.
Yes. He thought it was hand sanitizer. It was actually glue. And so he's stuck like that. It happens. Oh, crispy. Okay, bye, Vic. Well, I think they have B-main control.
Or Frostness is far away from the right because he just used that, but Timo still with this operator posted down mid. Some B-main control. Good position on mid. That was a real opportunity.
Honestly, crazy to see how that missed. So now you got to give up that rope room for the time being. But C9 are allowed into the middle of the map, sure.
Yeah, if you're C9, though, you have to be scared that there is real emphasis being placed on the A side from 100 Thieves. You obviously know that you have no info on B main, completely lack of control there. Oh, wow. And Timotino just, after that initial shot in mid, picks up A main. Perfect timing to collect that kill.
Big info, too. He knows there's nothing behind the feint of Celsius. Okay, Penny with the shorty. Oh, Vora. That's probably going to be enough. Yes, it is.
100 Thieves do a great job working the map there. They really left C9 with zero options to play with. Once they had killed Vic, they had Bang posted up deep in B main. So Cloud9 have no access to that. They have to go elsewhere, but 100 Thieves are just already positioned across the map so well. Timo misses that shot, sure, but he gets over to A main straight away.
And he gets that kill.
Yeah, gets the lurk. I mean, 100 Thieves were legitimately positioned for everything perfectly.
So now, bit of an economic foundation to work off of. Obviously, 2 rounds is going to be great for the mental. And 100 Thieves are starting to get close to some of those ults. Convergent Pass is one all the way. Viper's Pit is also going to be there. It's the kind of composition that doesn't necessarily have the shock and awe round winning ultimates like some other setups, but still very effective, you know, to be able to use a Viper's Pit to get out onto A for a retake, vice versa at B. Convergent Pass can be very good if you use it proactively. There's a ton of measures available here to 100 Thieves. Cloud9, I think we saw Penny got those 4 pistol round kills. Since then, 1 frag. 1 frag for the Rays.
Yeah, hasn't really had the greatest opportunities, I'll say, to be fair.
His teammates have been 4K'ing 100 Thieves on a number of rounds, so I do want to point that out there. But that showstopper on that round, he's not really able to clear Timo away, not able to find that kill, so still want to see this Rays get in. Oxy just having another dominant map back-to-back. He took it personally when he mentioned about how he was filling in for Demon 1. It's crazy, by the way.
Timo with the op, going to post up over towards A main. 1 away from the paths at the moment.
Guiding Light does actually flash him.
100 Thieves do love to occasionally mix in a weird defense wall.
Yeah,
do this
I like
on Corrode as well.
Little PRX-esque, right? They would do it all on Sunset, for example.
Like they'll boost the bang to peek through the window on Corrode on the A side. They'll just occasionally give you something like that. Keep you on your toes.
Okay, so mid for free for Cloud9, albeit an exchange of utility. Trailblazer naturally had to be committed.
Now C9 are just going to slow things down. They have their options open with one player at either extremity.
But let's get some crosshair break with the Rays. Okay, Penny's dead.
That's crazy peek from Vora.
Yeah, he's sick.
Temper's just caught in the open by Vandal spam.
But he's kind of flow state, right? The intuition that Vora has here has been impeccable.
Oh my god. Okay, that is as awkward as it gets. Asuna is going to at least keep them at bay with the slow orb.
We might have cursed it.
30
After
seconds
Bang
left.
is caught a little bit unaware out in the open. C9 trying to get into this B side. Bang in hell. Great first shot.
Yeah, low as he was, still able to find that frag and exit the round with his head held high. Oxy with a touchdown. Crossfire is there. Asuna. Okay, just the fadeaway. Cool, guys. Don't look at explosions.
That is just your mandatory one Asuna moment per game. You need one rope kill or one run and gun kill per 100
one truly Valorant moment. But here from Vora, right?
Sick from Vora.
And I said I sort of wanted to see like some form of crosshair break if you're not going to flash yourself up into heaven there, right? Penny just dies instantly.
Let's go!
And they're milling around inside the smoke and they lose another Devora. Yeah, we know. That's what we said.
Oxy picking up the AWP now on this attack side.
Okay.
Right in Vora's face. That's an essential first kill for C9 to try to get something on the board after 100 Thieves have been really making this comeback work for them.
It's a nice little early round variation. We just talked about how 100 Thieves would do that with the Sage Wall.
And it looks like C9, maybe setting up for a B split. That might still be the plan. They just want to slow things down for a moment. It's going to be dangerous for Zeppa. Yeah, he's alone. Timo just peeks out.
It's just not being watched for by anyone else. So now we're even in numbers, and there's a Viper's Pit over towards the A side of the map. So Cloud9's options are a little limited.
100 Thieves do have to play extremely spread, though. This wall is about to drop, so Bang has to watch over in mailroom. Timo supposed to watch main. Asuna has to watch this rope, and he catches Celsius going up. Oxy can't get the fast trade.
Oh, Asuna's just going to be a pain now. No one's here to play off of him necessarily, so all he can do is buy some time. Cryo could not help with a crossfire, but there goes the spike. Back into the pit he goes. This is so frustrating for Cloud9.
30 seconds left.
Penny also makes sounds, of course, with the satchel, and is bounding across the site. Oxy was watching for a timing out of the Viper's Pit, but it doesn't come, and there it is! Timo gets defibrillated, apparently, by the barrel of that operator. And there's Oxy trying to get across in heaven. Now we've got ourselves an even game.
100 Thieves were forced to play so isolated across the map there on defense, needing to get some information at 4 different lanes. And still, despite that situation, they're able to come out on top, really, I think, off the back of Cryo playing very intelligently around that pit, getting the kill, and then just being able to survive, wait it out, ends the round with that isolated 1v1 against Oxy. I thought C9 were going to have that. They were picking 100 Thieves apart there for a moment.
Yep. That random Timotino kill in B main off Zeppa's swing, I think it was. That kind of costs him. So now, do we get another aggressive pop from C9 into B main? Do we see a TP forward?
Be right back.
Looks like they're more mid-oriented this round.
It is madness when you look at the scoreboard that the game is now tied and 400 Thieves. 100 Thieves players are negative KD. And you have a guy with 24 and 12 on C9. It just, again, just shows how dominant C9 were early on, that those stats are still carrying over. It really tells the tale of the game, honestly.
In the sense that the stats themselves don't, right?
Yeah. But Timo posted up in B main, completely held right now by 100 Thieves.
Vora unsure whether to double back. He's not quite certain how deep up mid Cloud9 have yet gotten. You're going to have to play into the very reliable duo of Cryo and Asuna over on the A side of the map. It is a pick your poison scenario for C9, but it's either that or Cyanide at this point.
Asuna still has 1 slow orb that can be thrown down. This Cryo just tucks around that cloud. This slow. 100 Thieves are on the rotate. C9 trying to get in right now.
Surely not the Viper in the corner. Surely not. Just never the Viper in the corner. Arsenal on the crossfire there as well. Look at that reposition out to rafters. Oxy battered. And you're in disarray. This round was supposed to be Cloud9's gambit to get back into the game. Look at the money.
Yeah, we're getting to no time on the clock. Cloud9 obviously just forced to save. Just a kind of rushed push through that Cloud. I don't think there was a flash going through it. There wasn't really anything to clear close. Certainly.
They got clowned on by Cryo and Asuna.
Yeah, that free kill, and then while he's being dealt with, Asuna gets the immediate trade. Sick little fight in main from him as well. Wow. But C9 are getting into that execute with not enough utility to work with and getting slowed down playing against Sage over there.
This could be it. This really could be it for C9 and Kickoff.
Nothing coming through. There's just no util there to supplement Vic's push. That's a sick shot from Asuna.
Just that reposition, and he gets that extra little bit further onto the edge.
I feel like as a player right now, he has been doing a great job in this supportive flex role, but he's still giving you some vintage Asuna highlight moment shots as 100 Thieves finally managed to take the lead in this game. C9 still with his loss bonus there, just buy after buy after buy, and this is a crazy B pinch play that they're on for.
Vic's going to be forced entirely away.
But it's not even a B pinch. Vic is just on an island right now.
Goes low. Asuna could be patient about this, maybe hoping to work on Cryo. Where's that showstopper supposed to go? Vora got Penny! Again, another Sage ultimate Ray's ultimate shut down. Not good. Bang is a turret in the back of the site, and Zelsis wants to curl up inside his own pit and let it be done, but everyone tries to challenge him. He's found 3 in the round. He is low. And Bang is that guy.
Second time we're into a Zelsis versus Bang 1 versus 1 clutch situation.
I mean, definitely feel like Zelsis is happy to have this pit set up. Off the spike he gets. Now to wrap on around. Bang has to dig him out, but he's got such a good sense for this, Wyatt. No way, man. No way! And Zelsis for 4!
What an unbelievable timing from Zelsis to turn around just as Bang was getting around the corner, just as he swapped to the knife. That is sickening.
So what is that? 4, I want to say in this half alone, 4 rounds in which a different Cloud9 player has gotten a 4K to win the round. Oh, yeah. There's a tilter. You could just see how much weight on this round for both those players.
Damn,
what a Red Bull clutch.
100 Thieves losing a 3 versus 1 right there. And it's been a slow game for Zelsis, but he keeps Cloud9 in it. Now they want to up the pace. They want to get right into this B-side. Penny is just dancing everywhere with the satchel in.
Yeah, but he's been fodder for these last couple of rounds. Victor's able to get in. More importantly, Cryo with a timing off for Rafter. Messi back and forth fighting, and Cloud9 trade up.
100 Thieves just try to match the pace on that flood, but are dominated trying to get back in. Cloud9 players post up on all of the right angles. Timotino wants to go for this. 100 Thieves have enough money.
There is a saturate here. The rub being that Timo's got an op in hand.
And he's eventually going to have to contend with this classic high-low double face.
Punishes the jump peak though. Surely a rifle exchange, and yeah, he knows, I think, now where the rest of these C9 guys are. Refract ready, sees them. He knows they're there. Swings out. It's still going to be a high-low setup. It's still going to be dangerous, and time is still short. Gets his one.
My God.
Gets his one. It feels like that is going to be hard to break at the best of times for the best of players. And so, Cloud9 go to map point to stay alive in the series. Pearl went to overtime. There's every chance that Split does too.
What an, insane attempt from Timotino. I like this though from Cloud9. You can feel them fired up after Zelsis keeps them in this series.
You ain't the one, baby. You ain't the
with
one.
that clutch. Keeps them in the tournament with that clutch damn near. They immediately go into that round just playing with some fire, with some aggression on that execute.
You want to play? Let's play.
Blinded.
All right, Oxy has the judge in hands, but pops his ult, so he has the off.
Seek is for Zeppa now as well. Cloud9 have the tools to make the informed decisions on this round. And
Timo just diving down mid.
he sees nothing in Ramen, I think so.
Yeah, it feels like because he has the refract up, might as well just go for an info play before it's expired.
This has allowed him maybe to pull back towards the A side of...
Yeah, it feels like 100 Thieves have the right idea right now because you can see two players tucking back sight. Austin and Cryo, two longest standing members of this 100 Thieves squad, trying to lock this down, taking another map to OT.
The Seekers have trained on two players for the A side for the defenders now. Fora has to try and stand tall, and he just can't. Zelsus bowls him over. It's on to Bang. And in a flash, just as 100 Thieves looked like they'd caught up, and we're going to take this game away, it appears we're going to be treated to a decider.
It really felt like the lead that C9 had was being squandered, that this would be their last map of Kickoff, that they were just going to be suffering that familiar, tragic fate. But we are going to be going to Abyss unless Bang can pull off something unbelievable. The time is low. C9 players are everywhere.
Paranoia is there, sends it off, and Vic,
he doesn't even need to see in this game to get kills. He has been outrageous on split.
He is the immovable object to the unstoppable force. And 100 Thieves finally are slowed down. There's a chance to breathe here for Cloud9, as both of these teams have taken each other's maps in hand, and they'll send us to a decider with the winner to move on to take on NRG.
Early in this game, when Oxy was just dominating 100 Thieves on every defense round, we would go to the hot mics, the cams, and Zelsus was joking about how he was getting carried and boosted, smiles on his face because they were winning. All of a sudden, the game was slipping out of their grasp, and he makes what might be the play of the tournament for C9 in this entire run that they've been on to keep them alive.
Such a volatile map, though, because there were so many moments when individual C9 players have to step up and legitimately take the round over. Sick stuff from Vic again, great anchoring, really hard to get this guy with the jitters, and Oxy did not have to go so nuts in that second half. Big step up from the rest of the team. It takes a lot to slow these Thieves down.
Heading on to this next map, I have no idea who's going to take it. This game is as close as it gets. Absolute banger. Neither of them wanting to go out now. They're getting so close to having that qualifying opportunity.
Two teams that have suffered the heartbreak of being eliminated at this stage of the tournament far too many times before. One, though, will advance to take on our world champions, and we're going to find out after this. But for now, we're going to go to a break, going to break down a second map, and then we're off to Abyss.
From Sen and then rejoining their old cores and now battling to try to get to a position to make it to an international event. Something they both did all of last year, but joining teams that are always so close. We're trying to get them there now. Wow, fighting mid straight away.
The one for one. Pop flash around the corner. We're going for it, Fora. Elegant little one tap to secure the kill on Zephyr. It is as even as it gets. These two teams are mirror images of one another. Look at this. Walking up mid is Oxy. Cryo, though's been able to pick Zelsus out of the mix, and Oxy knows he's about to get double swung on now, so needs to make use of the tail when he gets around the corner. Oh, it's 4 kills for Oxy, man. And now Vic, the one that you want to step up to clutch the round for you, will deal with Bang.
Actual clutch god
just
today.
Unflappable.
Unbeatable. And he'll always just finish it with a smile on his face. He's never out of his seat. He's never getting too crazy. It's genuinely just another day in the office for Vic. He is that guy right now.
Look at how dialed in Oxy is. It's been a really weird kickoff for him. Pretty disrupted. Family tragedy in the mix. Has to step out of the team for a time.
Come on.
Comes back in.
And he's playing some of the best Valorant we've seen in his career.
So determined.
Period. Already have 4 kills, Outlaw in the second round. And much like I'm talking about Cryo being on his iconic agent of the chamber. We have Oxy on the Jet. We have not seen a ton of the Jet in Kickoff here and there. Wow, what a sharp shot there. And Mitch, must I return to the map 1 100 Thieves echoing Cloud9 constantly narrative. That was the difference maker. That is how they stole Pearl away from C9.
This is the kind of map where you can get away with that, but something we also highlighted on that map, Wyatt, was Zephyr's anchoring. Incredibly effective. Both he and Vic at separate times, most of the time over the course of this series, have been a real, how did Golden Boy put it? Spanner in the wheels? for 100
All the
Thieves.
students saying?
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Oh, what a shot. Who's fast on that, but the trade from Asuna just as quick. They're going to be able to recover the shotgun.
Not good enough for C9. They can't be affording these kind of trades. They're down a player. Zepp is going to be forced out of the site here, slowly but surely. Zelsis, though, is going to assert himself and get some control back on tower. Asuna tries some rope shenanigans as per usual, but Cloud9, they land the plane.
Just narrowly, it felt like, but with 100 Thieves really lacking for util, they had no opportunity to try to get on that spike. Overwhelmed by C9, pushing back in through heaven. That's nicely done. It started with a shot from Cryo, though. That was a pretty sick reaction.
That opener for Zelsis was huge. Yeah, Never had been forced out of the side overlord security at that point, so we needed activation from heaven. Now it's just full adrenaline.
Look at this, C9, they want to go for an aggro B play. They're sending everything right on to Cryo, and he's caught because Oxy gets into Nest.
Yep, Zelsis as well.
What an awesome play to bring out straight into your bonus round.
The fault line is so sick there. It sets up that kill entirely. You love the breach look on this map. Not every team wants to go for it.
But Oxy really, perhaps even over pushing. Maybe not with the spike going down on A, but regardless, Bang does just catch him. Bang now on a long rotate to assist. As C9 try to slowly work their way in backside. Look at this, just creeping in. A couple sheriffs, weaponry not ideal. 100 Thieves mostly cut off in main.
Look at the passive tower hold for Timo. He's not in there at all, really. There's so much post-plant util. First up, the KO fragment. Zephyr. Took 2 shots, but he does get Timo in the end.
Stun coming out from Vora doesn't connect. Here's that second piece of util that needs to go out. Still not even an opportunity to get this spike to half. Now it's time to stick, but
dirty.
What can they do?
Not a damn thing about it. Zephyr here has to try and chase for some kills. He knows he's going to go up to the blast. And 100 Thieves get in on their gun.
That post plant already feeling very reminiscent of Pearl with 100 Thieves on attack because you have Austin on the KO again. He's keeping that molly, and Bang is going to be really late coming to the site. He might be going for backstabs in the future like he did on Pearl. He's staying alive because you want to be able to just throw those grab wells and pull someone off from defusing.
I mean, you have so much. You also have the Teho util late in the round to interfere with these defuses.
It's just infinite delay when the spike goes down. That's going to be nightmarish for C9 to deal with.
It is verging on cringe in the post plant, but it's effective there. Blade Storm for Roxy now, just waiting for a head to pop up.
Some would argue we have reached cringe territory.
It's really a matter of perspective, I feel. Oh, love that.
Vengeance. Vengeance for round 2.
Cryo gets force-fed the Silver Spoon this round.
100 Thieves are going to immediately peel off towards the B side. On the rotate towards Bang, who's just been containing over towards B. Still has to be weary as well about mid. You can see him on the minimap trying to work his way there now. Penny on the site, playing this waylay. Hasn't been a great series for him so far. Certainly hasn't been a liability by any means, but this would be an opportunity to step up right now, anchoring this site.
I like this.
Dropping in, trying to help, but he's so blinded.
Oh, he wants to double back, not feeling confident enough. I understand why. Timo gets 2 from there. What? That is huge. Penny just...
Ox is already in. He's just slipped the net. Might have an opportunity, but he can't connect the blades. And Vora protecting Asuna as the spike goes down, this time for real.
That first blade hits, that's all looking very, very different. The C9 anchors, unfortunately, just got incinerated here, Wyatt.
C9 will have no money if they lose this round. Vic with only 50 credits as he walks in here, doubled up with Zeppa, trying to rotate on back sight, and Asuna shuts him down.
Oh, he was trying to put something together with Vic. I can kind of see the vision, but in execution, it falls apart, and Vic says, there's just no point wasting my weapon. Unfortunately, he won't be allowed to keep it. Bang!
He has just been biding his time on that flank. Again, it's feeling like Pearl. That time he didn't need to do anything too proactive, just cut them off on the retreat. Remove that rifle, even the kill from Oxy, that's just not enough to get them the round.
Starts so well, doesn't it? But this
second kill onto Penny is nuts.
Penny does not expect the second flash as he tries to move out onto the site. He has to double back awkwardly and then can't trade onto Timo. Cloud9 don't look comfortable anchoring in B.
Asuna is already just racking up the assists. He's sitting at 4 right now.
Okay. Because he's flashing everyone.
I mean, it is a hilarious stat to pull, but These are Zelsis and Austin are the two players with the most assists per round right now in Kickoff.
They're tied, as you said.
And a lot of it is the chaos. We saw that on map 1. They both had like 20 assists after that game. They're doing a great job supporting everyone.
It is an open B side. It's Cloud9 opted for the gamble stack over towards A. It has not eventuated. So perhaps collection of orbs and a... We might have expected a leap off the map here, but perhaps they want to put Oxy's hero rifle to use in some way.
Yeah, that is definitely the plan as the spike goes down via Vora, 2 away from getting the Armageddon. Cryo's hearing a lot of noise in mid and is
via Vora.
Just, take a shot off of that, and it's free.
Oh, Vic isn't going too far in a hurry. Caught inside that oil slick.
Yeah, now at this point, do C9 want to go in? Do they want to lose players and give orbs on the Thieves?
It sounds like a resounding yes.
Yeah, and that has resulted in Vora getting a free kill with the missile. So now just 1 away from the Armageddon.
Timo, saturate. Yeah, that is delicious. Well,
C9 kind of gets snacked on there.
That
Some
Cloud9
juicy
turned
old
into a
orbs
bunch
at
of
the end.
floaty nebulous orbs.
Look at the stuff when we get back into this. Just take a look at the ult situation for 100 Thieves. 2 players don't have ults, and 1 orb away from these, so they're a little bit set up for this buy.
1 enemy remaining.
Snappy. Oh yeah, you're not wrong. Yeah, you're not wrong.
Oxy has the op into this round.
Show yourself.
Feels like a must-win for C9. Big investment here, but they will have that full bonus cash if they lose. So not horrific, but.
You are divided.
Even still, instant cosmic divide going down over towards A, making it seem like they're getting in, and C9 have bought it. They have bought it.
The cosmic divide doesn't. It gives them a little pocket to plant. Yeah,
it's
on the bridge.
The bridge plant troll setup, which is something that with 100 Thieves with this post plant cringe comp, it's something they can play for. Just a plant and spam the spike. Like, listen, I'd buy it if I'm C9. Seems reasonable to me.
They can do that over at B2. It's fine.
Cryo playing super forward, doesn't have a TP, but he does have a flash. The counter flash from Zelsis keeps him at bay.
All right, this is going to be the attack side. Null command, so makes it hard for the retake. Here's Cryo. Jumping and bounding his Oxy. It's going to be Vic to find that frag, though. In is the convergent pass. Zephyr suppressed, but able to avoid the saturate here and knocks the head off a bang. This is going to force Timo to tuck now, and Arsen is in a pivotal spot, but he's spotted out early, and Vic will clean him up. Player advantage here for Cloud9. Here's the cringe. Brace yourselves. And Vora does not want to allow for this defuse. Zelsis. Oh my God!
It's all 3!
He's diabolical, man!
Oh no!
We don't even see where the frags come from. We see the important one, I guess. That is a clutch moment powered by Red Bull. I think the Cloud9 would sooner forget.
Oh, you hate to see that happen.
It's giving bruh, honestly.
You really, and an apt time to call for a little pause over on C9. He's so close.
Oh my God.
Let's go!
I mean, he's just hoping he's getting the kill. Doesn't know. Just happy you got him.
How do you bounce back from that?
My honest reaction.
Yeah, I mean, I am tilted into honestly giving them chance to break the ceiling they've been kept down by up until this point.
2 retooled rosters in the offseason. C9 going back to some of the reliable core players of the past. 100 Thieves injecting new talent from TSM in Tier 2. And frankly, both teams have seen benefits from the moves they've made. They've put them in better positions.
It is early in the year, but both teams have sought to raise their ceilings.
Now look at this engagement we might get in main. Oxy is pushed up close, ready to dash away if necessary.
Okay, he does need to do so.
And off that drone, he just does not want to risk anything. Certainly can't blame him. Oh, wow.
Vora is on one.
Painful death for Oxy. His Cryo is just slowly relaxed on B, waiting to see if anyone peeks out.
Do we...
through the wall spam?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I don't know if they even saw him at all. They heard the tailwind, of course, so it's just pretty good guesswork, I think. I say it's better to be lucky than good, but when you're both, it feels like you're unbeatable.
And the right call is being made by Vora as well.
I think
At
he
A
has.
site.
He does
I'm
this
looking
so often.
closely at the minimap, and I really don't see anyone there.
You know what? Squinting. Yeah. Do you want to draw that on the telestrator? No.
It doesn't seem necessary anymore. They're in there. They got the spike down.
It's something I've noticed here. Remember, Cloud9, I'm thinking back to Pearl. Cloud9 have actually run into some of these stacks of 100 Thieves. We've cast a fair few of these 100 Thieves games in Kickoff, and generally speaking, Vora's making the correct call 9 times out of 10 in terms of how this map is worked in lieu of information.
Wow, C9. 4 on 5, but with the Hunter's Fury, with the Rolling Thunder, they don't even want to go for it. And I can't help but feel like it's because when 100 Thieves have all 5 players alive, okay, they have to make a full rotate from B to A. Abyss, pretty big map.
It is.
You got to run pretty far.
They could get caught anywhere on the way.
And then by the time they get there,
They're running into an Armageddon.
Armageddon, Gravwells, spamming through, like there's going to be no time. I honestly can't really blame them. I think the majority of the times they're, even with those ults, they're not going to win the retake.
It's just where their economy is right now. They lose that round, they lose their guns, they're going to bleed
And if
another.
they lose their ults doing all of that,
These kinds of rounds are just like IGL differential, no? Nice.
I mean, yeah, I mean, he's referencing.
Can you argue?
He's referencing
Can
like.
you argue those facts in the marketplace of ideas?
No,
I don't think you can.
Cloud9's IGLing has been dragged down to the town square and exposed into the sunlight. But I mean, that's Zelsis we're talking about, a true veteran. Someone who's been around the block more than a few times. And Vora is the upstart, the interloper, the new blood.
Austin just early on tosses a little pop flash over towards A main, and then it's straight to B for 100 Thieves. Right into the site, Timo. Vintage entry for him with the dash. Shorty. Armageddon just clears out back site. They're not going to save it for the post plant. But do they really need to when they're in the 5-on-4? They don't feel that's necessary.
I mean, Cloud9 definitely can't be saving again. They do have this Rolling Thunder and this Hunter's Fury. So Zephyr firing is off. Timo is getting up here. Oh, no! Oh, no! Zephyr, no! Okay, can you bounce back from this? No heaven pressure. It's Oxy walking up and out onto the site, and 100 Thieves are in full Karimbit mode. They are sat back with this post-plant util, and Oxy is going to walk into a concave. It could not go any worse than that.
That's America's funniest home videos moment.
An unbelievably boomer reference from you. You've been hiding your true age this whole kickoff, and you have just let everyone know. That's crazy.
Bro, I mean, that's, wow, that's sad. Honestly, what I was thinking of that is if I'm Imi, am I calling a timeout again? Am I calling a timeout again already?
Zephyr, bro, why is Zephyr stealing my kill? Why is he stealing my kill with his ult? Trying to deny the potential ace at any cost.
Oh, man.
Okay.
RC9 mentally still in this right now? I really thought we might get a timeout after that.
I think that Vora clutch round has sent them reeling.
They have still 2 really powerful ultimates.
They 4-gun saved and then shot their own player in the next round.
Yeah, that's tough. But they still have the ults, Mitch.
They're one of them. They used to have his Fury, bro.
They got the conversion pass.
Okay,
they got another one active. They desperately need around here to stabilize. Look, Abyss, attack Sider's map. We've seen crazy comebacks like 10-2 down.
We have.
NRG, the first game in Champions, remember that one?
Yeah.
We've seen stuff like that happen.
That was
on this map. Oh, wow, look at this trap play. Dash
Love
in.
it.
Oh, but Oxy, he's caught, he's hindered, he's missiled, but he's out.
He's the one-way setup in time. The
He's
cloudburst
out.
is nice.
He's safe. He is safe. That's a sick little trap play. Simple, but very effective. Just popping the paths off the orb tap.
Penny has struggled to find his footing in these sites.
100 Thieves are lacking the ability to flash out of these smokes. Oxy tries to timing the drone, but Timo is ready.
30
That
seconds
is
left.
tough.
Okay, triple flash out of this smoke, you say? Okay, Penny's only good for
He
the one.
tried to refract, but it just wasn't fast enough.
Okay, now, is there any world in which you're rolling Thunder a 3-on-3 retake?
I mean, they've got to use this demo. Celsius has been sitting on it. They've got to get a little bit of info, spot out a player, and then just send it on him. Oh, but Celsius goes down!
Dead! Oh, goodness!
Just a dry double contact push from 100 Thieves into backside.
Now C9 got no choice but to go for it. No! Vic gets pickled. I hate to see it. Zeppa down to 53.
I can't with that one.
There it is, Cryo.
I can't with that one, buddy. But it's really feeling like the mental is crumbling. Little moments of tragedy, they're compiling. You know, the Katamari ball of misery is rolling and collecting round by round, Mitch.
Oh, and this is such a great trap play, but Oxy, like you mentioned, tries the timing, the stealth drone, and gets punished by Timo, who's just was not born yesterday, young as he seems.
That's how we play micros.
Oh, man. Well, MBS is happy.
I'm not sure.
What is this guy doing?
I think he's holding it. Yep.
It's that Celsius clutch that changes everything. It felt like this was going to be a 2-0. It felt like C9 would have already been off the stage, but then he suddenly pulled out that sick play. C9, it feels like they need something like that again. They need a player to do something crazy.
Hey, you know what, though?
Get everyone hyped up.
They got Rolling Thunder this round.
Yeah, they've been sitting on that for a while. Oxy is the knives as well. There's a nice shot from Vic. He wants to get more. He wants to be a playmaker.
We have a server full of shooters here, Wyatt.
C9, it feels like in this moment, they're just trying to make heroic plays. Vic and Oxy, they're not aligned there. The Rolling Thunder is coming late. It's going to force 100 Thieves out of the site, but they still have Bang alive. They still have 2 missiles from Vora.
Arsenic can flash them in off this as well. 100 Thieves have everything they need. Some info there at least gained. Refract away for Penny. Nova Pulse used. Cryo noted up on that high ground, and Zeppa still wants to challenge anyway. Not bad through the box. Some damage too. Cryo is down. 100 Thieves have got to get busy, get active. Surely they can double swing off this, but Celsius will be pulled off the spike, and he knows he may as well just go and fight because there's no time otherwise. 100 Thieves get themselves to 8. And the misery continues to be wallowed in by Cloud9.
Vora is at a casual 14-3, just alive in every post plant, getting free kills. Vic gets this great first kill, but then just rushes in, wants to take another fight. Oxy isn't seemingly ready to play with him. He's too far back. Then he tries to take space. I mean, I understand Imi's frustration there. They can just...
Yeah, I think he wanted them to push off the site.
They can play for a retake with the Rolling Thunder. They have backside control. Like, they can accelerate and just get in with that and outpace all of the post-plant utility by pushing them into main, fighting them all together. It's a tragic round for C9 to throw away after a beautiful first shot.
Yeah, Imi does not like the protocol that Cloud9 undertook there in that deep fuse attempt.
And this is kind of what I mean, where I feel like the mental is slipping, where players are just trying to overplay, trying to make too much happen.
And Oxy, open and kill every round, but it's been traded out instantaneously.
Vora again, now at 15 on the board. Armageddon again. Arsenal one away from Null Command. They've got tons of tools in the arsenal right now. But at least for C9, they've got a couple players posted up on B side. Celsius close. Penny could be ready to swing off. Celsius can't.
They're going to know. They're going to see all of this.
That's both of them here.
Okay, this actually gets a defense side Cosmic Divide. Ooh, Celsius finds a gap in the util.
But in the meantime, Cryo is up mid and kills Vic. There's a push out of A main, but they know the player did that. I think Zeppa just
30 seconds
hit
left.
the trip. No? I think I just caught that at the very tail end on the minimap.
I think they're aware.
He's now into the site. Does Cryo expect
There's a timing.
this?
There's a timing on Cryo here, but Zeppa has to turn around. Surely one! Surely no. Just one! Tiny frag! Could have been enough there. Look at the time. The clock is against Zeppa. There's 2 players jumping out. His placement gets broken. And now 100 Thieves looking to notch up their 9th round. And at this point, C9 probably feel like they just have to go for it. They need something. Something to hang their hat on. Something to get the juices flowing. It's on Penny, who has not been able to be the difference maker nearly often enough in this series. This round is no exception.
C9 are just going to be hoping that when they get to attack, that this double duelist comp playing with the breach can be explosive enough to run it back in this game. Their only 2 rounds right now are the pistol and the anti-eco. Wow. Complete domination on these gun rounds. The 100 Thieves game plan is working to perfection.
You're insane, bro. You're insane.
Vor is calling so well. Cryo opens that round up with the mid kill. Instant pivot over towards A is lovely.
17 frags in 11 rounds from the IGL of 100 Thieves.
Mental push down from C9 over towards B.
Like this from Bang, he's playing the loose end.
Taking that back.
Wow, and it looks like 100 Thieves actually want to go back towards B.
Oxy's been the insert left, but how effectively can he actually play off of Penny here? They were a little isolated from each other.
Cryo with a kill in mid.
Just dead. All right. Something there. Here comes the null commander. Oxy's going to be stuck in this position, and he knows it. Pinched and brought down.
Locating target.
And Penny is just collateral.
They're playing close, and their escape mechanisms are just turned off by that null command. And the Guardians not going to be effective in those kind of duels.
With so many KO maps in their pool, 100 Thieves are going to be able to punish this stuff regularly.
This round, it should be over. Look at Vic has a Bucky. Zelsa's upgraded from a Stinger to a Bulldog. Not looking good for their chances at a retake. Imi's going to have to give C9 one hell of a motivational speech during this halftime to get back into it, man. Mentally, and then from there, win a pistol, and maybe this double duelist comp can make something happen.
All right, Zelsis, flashpoint off the line. Again, more of this post-plant util that's got to be respected. Zelsis doing well here to be hard to kill, but eventually the Headhunter finds its mark, and Vic is not trying to defuse at all. He has no interest in that. Simply trying to get too busy with the Bucky, and off the map we go.
At least there's some comedy. Maybe if
for every tragedy, there's a handful of comedy, yeah.
Maybe they can laugh instead of cry with that last moment. Just one light chuckle even. Anything, you guys? To get back into it for the second half.
A guffaw, a chortle, a yuck maybe. Ah, yes. We've all been there. Again, doesn't matter on the end. It is a 8-round difference here at the half. Brutal, savage, and wrecked, I think is a pretty easy way to put this. But this is a highly attack-sided map. Always has been. 100 Thieves here. 10-2 is the scoreline. Cloud9 want to find that pistol. They did in the first half, but after the pistol in Taiko, there wasn't a whole lot to be working with. After this break, we'll be back with the last half of this series, no matter which way you slice it. Only one of C9 or 100 Thieves can advance into the matchup with NRG.
Holy smokes! You don't look so good, boss.
Tell me about it. It's a real inferno down here, and I'm burnt out.
Here, try a Red Bull. It's devilishly good.
Red Bull?
Quarter. The Cloud9 get to go on the attack side on Abyss.
Cloud9 right now in this series are up 4-1 in pistol rounds. And it feels silly to say at times like these that they desperately need this one. But I must state the obvious. If 100 Thieves win this, it is curtains damn near for Cloud9's run at kickoff. Once again, it would be so close yet so far. And on this exec right now,
good
right into heaven is Penny. That's a great first kill.
At the time in the 0 point, though, Timo, just what? Okay, in the smoke, randomly finds a kill, refracts out. Vic's going to be able to trade it at the very least, but now it's Penny and Oxy on this Cloud9 attack side, and that spike is not to hand. It's a disaster. It's on Penny. 4 and 10, Penny. Make it 11. 100 Thieves take the pistol in the second half.
Cloud9 just going for the straight up A exec. Asuna backside plays that really well, supportive to his teammates. And Timo with that second kill though. I feel like that's the difference maker. Look at that stun into the dash was excellent. But Asuna was just really steady, swinging off his players. And Timo getting that one through the smoke. Come on, man. Crazy. C9 have to force right now. Talk about pressure. They have no choice. They're just going back to the straight up A rush again.
Yep, rush it, cover it with smokes, make it hard to get back here. Before is ready and waiting. The Spectre as well apportioned on this round. Cleans up 2 and Oxy steps into the line of fire. The trades have all been good for 100 Thieves with the slightly better arsenals. Vic is sat on his own.
Everyone from 100 Thieves just there, straight again. 3 players were anchoring. They lose 1, and he's replaced immediately by another player. 100 Thieves just complete brick wall on that site. Cloud9 have to force again after that one. It'll require 10 rounds in a row from them on attack to bring this game to OT. And 100 Thieves here just feel unbeatable. For this decider map, we go to Abyss. We haven't seen 100 Thieves here. They bring out this comp that was just a nightmare to play against in the post plants on attack, and it has got them in position to continue their run in this bracket.
Penny flattened again. Tried to be the head of the spear. He was snapped into instantly. Big damage off Cryo there. It's easy to pick up Vic, and Oxy doesn't feel like he has his heart in it anymore. But he's in the site. Looking focused, yet dejected. Would have to be pretty miraculous to fight his way out of this compromising corner.
Teammates on the rotate. Zeppo the only one with any kind of rifle holding that Guardian. Zelsis, who's IGL'd this team to this point. First time picking up that role, getting the spike down. 3 versus 5 to try to stay in this tournament, to keep the hopes of qualifying for an international alive. But 100 Thieves feel ready to dash them. They have every advantage in the world going for them right now.
Here it is, flood back onto this B site with a bit of flash util in the mix. The trades would be enough for 100 Thieves. That's all they need. In fact, they do it one better. And these Thieves steal dreams. 100 Thieves will advance through a frankly banger of a best of 3 to face NRG for their